Ron, are you excited for what is coming on now?
Oh, I can't wait. We're just gonna go fast and furious. I'm looking forward to the challenge of casting this. I've never actually casted a 15-second per turn match, so that'll be fun.
Yeah. I have given them the red light so they can start when ready. Um, Now, what do we know about their decks? Just taking a quick look, we're not going to have them on screen because there's not enough time to prepare everything before the match begins. But we have MMW bringing the Druid, which is a token Druid, a Face Hunter, Libram Paladin,
Yep, looks like
and
Face Hunter, Libram Paladin,
Rush
Rush Warrior.
Warrior versus G-Kicks, Control Priest, Miracle Rogue,
Ooh.
Control Warrior, and Nazoth Paladin. What do you think about these decks?
G-Kick definitely took some chances here with the rope. MMW looked like he planned it out a little bit more straightforward. I think I was calling out three of these exact decks on stream before we started in Phase Hunter, Libram Paladin, and Rush Warrior as the likely brings to this tournament as just things that play a little bit more straightforward. And Druid mostly fits in that as well. Token Druid. There are a few complicated turns, but outside of that, not really. For G-Kick, there could be quite a few complicated turns or rope turns. N'Zoth Paladin, not so much, but maybe that just gets banned. And then it's Control Warrior, Control Priest, and Miracle Rogue. I think G-Kick's in trouble. And I mean, hey, Maniac Monday winner, so uh, he's got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, I think so too. And they are alive. Hopefully, we didn't miss the mulligan.
Yep, looks like they're in. I was waiting for the eyeball for MMW. I don't see it. Maybe a spectate turned off.
I'll ask him. G Kick is fine though. So
Yeah,
our
I was
first
able
match.
to see G-Kick. You've
Okay.
not missed the mull. Yep, there's spectate for MMW.
So our first match is going to be a Druid versus a Paladin. Now this is going to be really fast, so be ready, everyone.
That's right. This is the calm before the storm right now. The players have a very long time to decide on their mulligans, longer than their actual turn. Um,
Yes.
but once the mulligan is over, the rope's going to start burning at the beginning of every turn.
Yeah. Now, since we have the only time to talk now, what's the game plan you plan for each of these matchups? How does Druid win? How does the Paladin win?
I mean, Druid just needs to make a big board and
Yes.
buff it.
Yeah.
Um, it plays pretty straightforward for the most part. There's nothing to do here on turn one. G kick, you play the one drop. Go, go,
Yeah.
go. Oh, he's gonna coin out the horse. It
Point
makes a
out the
lot of sense
horse.
against Token Druid.
I
Token
like
Druid
it.
needs to be concerned about Yogg. Wants to play more than 3 cards in a turn, and that triggers the horse. And there's nothing to do for MMW except hero power hit the thing.
Right.
G kick, he's gonna play the McGurgle. He's gonna go face for one. He's gonna pass.
This is
Does the top
just
deck change anything? Nope. There it
you
is.
know.
Get him.
I mean, the Token Druid is desperate for a Gibberling or just something
All
it
right,
can do.
rope's burning again. Token Druid's got nothing. Hit the
Nope.
thing. Go.
Go, go, go. And
All
yeah,
right,
we
G-Kick's
have
turn looks like it's sucked here. He needs a top deck. That's good. That is not good. He's going to press the button, hit him in the face.
now. Do you play the Broom just for tempo? I personally would. I think it's good enough just to throw it down.
Maybe, yeah. It's somewhat reasonable. We see finally there's a play. Innervate and Glowfly. I think MMW needs to do it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Nope. Or
I don't
not.
love that.
I don't love it either.
Innervate would have tested Yogg anyway. What are you going to do? Play Glowfly into a possible Yogg?
And we do see the
Oh, and
Yogg.
there's the Yogg off the top. I mean, now MMW can just test it with an Innervate and then still play Glowfly here, which looks like is the move immediately. Yep, there's the Innervate. Gets
Yeah.
Yogg. That animation's going to take a little while, but probably has enough time for the Glowfly. Here comes the Glowfly. What's the Yogg? It's a Flurry. Hey, that's not bad.
No, that kind of stops the Well, it stops the Yogg, but most importantly, it stops one of the Glowflies from
And
dying.
G-Kick has 5 mana. He's got a 5 mana card. He plays the 5 mana card.
Ayo. I kind of
2
want to
mana
see
thing with
just.
Divine Shield kills the 2/2.
I just want to see Solar Eclipse Bride's Fury and just going crazy
Oh,
here.
yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, maybe you could play Soul and then Solar and, Pride's Fury next. This is
True.
fine too. It's a
Yeah.
very resilient board, and Paladin basically has no way of ever
Nope.
stopping Druid's board from here on out. And there
None.
is another Solar in hand for MMW, so he can just go Solar Pride's Fury next turn.
Yeah, this
G-Kick's got a
Paladin
6 mana thing,
doesn't.
he can play it.
You don't play some of the cards that you really want to be playing against Token Druid, like Conk or honestly, even Libram of Justice would help if you had some
Yeah.
flingers or
So now it's just
Samuro.
face race.
Yeah,
Oh, and the Arbor up off the top. Is that enough for lethal? 2, 4, 6, 8 plus another what? 4, 8, 12, 16, 24. Yeah, it's lethal.
that's a lot. Yeah, that's probably
Yep.
lethal.
So MMW spots it and game 1 in the book.
Wow, that was fast.
What a game.
Yeah.
All
Um,
right, so Token Druid gets through doing its thing. We didn't even get to mention the bans, but just to mention them real
no,
quick, MMW's Paladin was banned and G-Kick's Warrior was banned. So MMW has Hunter and Warrior left, a Face Hunter and a Rush Warrior, and G-Kick still with that full stable of Priest, Rogue, and Paladin remaining to try to get through. MMW with the 1-0 lead.
I'm surprised that the Control Warrior was banned because that's just not a great deck right now. But we do go into the next match, and now's the only time we can really talk about what is happening. How does the Rush Warrior match against the Nozstone Paladin? Is that a matchup you've played a lot, Ron?
Not a ton, but it's mostly, I think still like Paladin favored.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to say.
Yeah. Um, I think in my experience, this depends a lot on whether the warrior can get conditioning. If they don't have conditioning, or if you're able to put a secret that stops it, you're going to be doing well. But a lot of times, if they have conditioning, they can get a board. I would say the paladin is favored if you really know what you're doing, but sometimes the warrior just does its thing and you can do nothing about it. Now, the 1-1 is really important, or the 2-2 is really important in this matchup because you want to be able to stop Hand of a Doll from just winning the game.
For sure.
Crab Rider, just good card still. It's not as good as it was in Paladin before, but now we have the Warrior going in, or sorry, we have the Paladin making a Hand of a Doll 3/3, but the Warrior is going to get the axe.
Yeah, this does look like a pretty solid play though from G-Kick. Just use the coin now, buff up the minion. There's still a way, obviously, that MMW can deal with this. Trade the 1/3, smack the weapon in, get the Ganark 2 to just refresh the weapon soon. Gets to press the button. Not a bad turn overall for the warrior here.
Yeah. Now, really quick, can we just talk about the Nitro boost? What is that doing there?
I do not know. I didn't even notice that. But I mean, I guess maybe it's a little bit better in Nozstone because you're going so fast. It's just like a extra way to try to kill your opponent quicker.
I
This is real
guess.
awkward to pick up that Sword Eater with the Ganarg about to wake up. You want to use your 4 mana on this card, but it negates a 3/2 weapon and it feels rough.
Yeah. One of the problems with the
I
Ganari a
guess
lot of
you still
times.
do it. I don't know. Do you conditioning here? Do you just float the mana? Okay. I mean, I can see it.
I can see it. I don't like it, but I can see it.
Yeah, the hand was rough all around.
Yes.
Just there were a whole lot of things that looked real awful for the warrior here. And G Kick, jams that Kazakus right away, finds a rush copy, which is literally like the best
Yeah.
outcome.
You always want that one.
Run back is great in this moment, though. I think you just have to jam that run back. You buff a
Yeah,
couple of things, you kill the minion, you push some damage. Seems good.
I agree. You also set up
And
for a
just gonna keep
really big
swinging
eater.
away face, yeah. This has corrupted the Nitro as well, so Sword Eater Nitro can come down next turn.
Yeah. Now, is there a combo I don't
Unfortunately
know
for
of that
MMW,
do
here's
this?
the rushers. With what?
I wonder if there's a combo with Nitro Boost and the cutting class here for Warrior.
Oh, yeah. All right, so MMW just clearing up the board. Maybe we see the
Yeah,
Sword Eater now. No Sword Eater. Testing that
does proc
Yogg.
that.
Almost out of mana to use. Okay, out comes Sword Eater now.
Uh,
Oh, really unfortunate ordering there. That it
yeah,
was deadly poison. If he had played the Sword Eater first, it would have actually been amazing
no
to
way to
make that
know that.
weapon even better. True.
Right. Now the
All
stage
right.
dive is going to draw something, hopefully something good,
Stage dive,
and Samuro. That's
huge
insane.
here. Yeah, you probably just jam that, and then I mean maybe you hold the weapon back just because you want to buff it with nitro.
Yeah, and
But
suddenly the
MMW
warrior's ahead.
disagrees and just gonna send that damage.
Now,
And
how
here
does
we
the
go, Fast
paladin
and
clear
Furious, Night
this?
of Anointment coming down.
No draw. This is not looking great. I don't see how you clear this board.
Yeah, it looks bad for the Paladin right now. And
Yeah.
G-Kick just taking an extra 3 damage for basically no reason. I think that just kills him there. You just took
Yep.
3 without killing a minion, and that just spells doom. There it is. Game over. MMW takes the second one, and that's a 2-0. This
That is a
Paladin
two
is
zero.
getting beaten up.
Yeah, I still think it is the best deck in the game, but that is a 2-0. And now the question is, can the Hunter win 3 games?
I think the Hunter has a very good chance against the Rogue, especially um in Nozstone here.
Yeah, I agree. I don't see Rogue doing amazing here, and I think there's just a good chance this Hunter eventually goes through. But G-Kick is a great player. I would not count G-Kick out yet. And the match is getting ready to start.
Desharmo just informed me that for the second time in a bunch of times, there's a Discord Lisp thing going on right now, which
Oh,
probably makes me sound extra hilarious. I promise I don't have a lisp, but right now might sound like everything I'm saying is very.
I mean,
It's
right now
fine.
it's really bad, but it oscillated the last minute. Now that you said it, it oscillates a little bit. But I know you don't have a lisp. If you want to catch Ron without a lisp, you can see him in Heart Center tomorrow.
It's all right. It happens. We'll
See, the
power
sound is
through.
perfect now.
We may have occasional lisps on this stream.
Yep.
It's part of the charm.
Yeah. Also, it makes things faster somehow.
All right, so G kick on the priest here, and there's not really a whole lot of decisions to make. Priest is a lot of times it just sits there, it doesn't really
Yeah.
do much. So that's probably what we're in store for in a
You
lot
have
of
a
this game.
little bit here, but I do think it's just playing the adorable. You have a good trade into a Sethek, which you cannot let live ever. And you can just drop the other 1/1.
Yeah, this is solid for MMW. G kick on the other side maybe could lead with a renew to try to find something. Um, but yeah, probably better off just playing that one maker, and it means here comes some damage.
Yeah.
MMW's mana is awkward here. I assume we see the 4-1 go face in the double trade to protect the 4-1 and also to have a better chance of face maw being
Right.
face maw. There are the trades. Scorpid in hand, 3 mana minion. G kick
So
decides against it, gonna lead renew.
I like the renew, especially if you can get something like Holy Nova. You're still looking for that. What's the name? Bomb reading. Now you need to basically just jam cards, and you can jam a 2 mana 2/3 and a face quick shot.
Yeah, you might as well. Maybe presses the button here. Yeah,
There's a
this is
button.
fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
Because you are probably going to run the cards pretty soon, and it's a pretty unfavorable
Yes.
matchup for Hunter, so it makes sense to hold that quick shot. Uh, G
Yeah.
kick, just wanting to get this poison minion down in the hopes that this is a trade maw and not a face maw. Silences the pack runner as well to deny the ability of 1/1 rushers. And what is it? It's a trade maw. Oh, MMW didn't coach up his face maw well enough.
Yeah. I just
And
want to thank Donde for the donation here. This is a $50 charity donation with a heart, and we heart you too, Donde. Thank you for
oh,
everything.
that's
And
huge. That's awesome. What a
yeah,
legend.
now MMW is just going to keep hero powering face and holding the Tundra Rhinos for now. Do you think that's correct?
Zero target for the Rhino. I mean, you know that your opponent runs Shadow Word Death.
Yes.
I think that's in the list. Main decked.
Yep.
Yeah, there's one main deck Shadow Word Death. I think this one in hand is discovered by G-Kick too. So MFW really doesn't want to play that Rhino with the chance that it just dies or gets soul mirrored or deathed or something, and wants to get value out of it to send face damage. Is that a pack tactics pick? Yes, it was. There's the real death. There's Nas. Well, finally a minion that Rhino can hit into, except, oh wait, that still sends
Nope.
no face damage. You probably
Yeah.
swing face first and hope for a freezing, but you gotta go fast. Yeah, half the turn's
Yeah.
already gone. Go, go, go.
Not much
Okay,
time to
Rhino
think.
buff, kill. Rhino buff, kill, press button. Gotta hold the weapon so you don't have to pick a suboptimal secret as the rope burns and you don't have
Right.
any decision time. Or is he actually swinging? Holds the weapon. Okay. And top
Now
decks renew,
renew
plays
again.
renew. Finds that was quick. Thrive in the shadows,
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, you
Another quick
can't
one. Palm
miracle.
reading, okay.
You need to be
There we
fast. You
go.
cannot miracle turn right now.
Yep. And there maybe was more that could have been done on that turn, but time is a very significant factor. MMW here coming out with the Kolkar pack runner. Gonna play that Demon Companion, summon a
Hmm.
1/1. Maybe now is the time to just play Piercing Shot on your own minion here. That's with
Yeah,
Hyena, and then press the button.
I like
What was
it.
the pick? Open the cages, pack tactics. Yeah, I mean they're both 2/1s. Doesn't matter. Just hit one of them and press the
Yeah.
button, and you got some good damage going.
Hitting the 1/1 was, or the 1/1 adorable one was better just because of the case that it's returned to your hand. The other one has rush at least.
True, I suppose. Very
No.
unlikely
Oh yeah,
circumstances that it's going to be
super
relevant, but
unlikely.
hey, it's possible. All right, I don't know if Kolkar from initiation was the right, or if anything was the right move to initiation there, because knows that there was a chance of another Rhino, left up the possibility of the Rhino going straight into a
Hmm.
one attack minion here. This does a lot of damage. G Kick is potentially in some real trouble.
Yeah, G-Kick needs a way to clear here. Just going Hysteria on a Rhino is one of the worst things you can ever do in Hearthstone.
But
That
of course,
interact.
has the soul mirror, so there it is. Clears up the board. Sends a little bit of face damage too. That
Yeah,
open the cages will not trigger. Gets some healing in. And maybe this is enough to turn the corner for Priest. Hunter really needs to do a lot here at this point.
right. Now, a set deck helps, but that's a
Oh,
piercing
piercing
shot,
shot is one of the best possible outcomes. The only thing better
one
would have
off.
been the other quick shot into piercing shot.
Right.
G-Kick
Divine Plate
has
cannot be
no
played.
heal
Palm reading.
yet. Needs to find heal. That's not heal. Uh, but Seth can generate. Looking for Apotheosis. Doesn't find it. Has to heal face here. I guess you play the Scorpid. You look for heal cards. You
Um,
probably don't even want to go face with the minion because it could be
no.
explosive. And there's Coda Bane.
Kodobane.
That's
Is
going to
there a
close
two
out the
mana?
game. Yeah, quick shot. The other quick shot would
Yeah,
be
the other
lethal.
quick shot. Yeah. This means the
So a
game is over.
3-0 rapid fire victory for MMW, and I think very clearly it shows that Nozstone made this matchup much more Hunter favored than it otherwise would have been. G-Kick struggling on the Priest with just not enough time, it seemed. MMW picking up a very strong 3-0.
Yeah. Strong start by MMW. And I mean, sad to see GKIC go, but that is Hearthstone for you. And these are just the really insane players. MMW, are we going to have a double win? I hope not. I hope yes. I asked all our fans what you think, but we are going to get ready for our next match. Um, Heat Shock versus German Chef. Are you looking forward to this one?
Oh, absolutely. German Shep, impressive 3-0 win in the first round over Bulldoze. Clearly not having too much trouble navigating the rope. But I mean, this would be an exciting match to all circumstances with the added, speed factor of Nas. It's gonna be really interesting to see how these players play this one. I'm excited.
Yeah, I am loading the decks, but just as a quick note on this one, we have Heat Shock playing the Druid, Paladin, Demon Hunter, Priest versus German Chef, Rogue, Priest, Warrior, and Warlock. So, what do you think of Guardian Druid, Nazoth Paladin, the Death Rattle Demon Hunter, and the Cthulhu Control Priest from Heat Shock Ron? Any opinions there?
I mean, we just saw G-Kick have a hard time even in one of Priest's most favorable matchups, so I'm iffy on that Priest. The rest of the lineup, I can totally get behind it for Heat Shock though. N'Zoth Paladin should go pretty quick, not too complicated as far as turns go, getting them all off, all your actions under the rope. Guardian Druid, mostly pretty straightforward. You're just trying to do big stuff. And the Demon Hunter, except for skull turns, there aren't really a whole lot that is like play lots of cards with lots of decisions in a turn. We do see that Heatshock's N'Zoth Paladin was banned. Looks like Heatshock banned the Warlock
Mm-hmm.
on the other side for Shep. And Shep, going with a Poison Rogue, going with a
Ooh,
Cthulhu Priest himself, and the Warrior is a Cthulhu Warrior. So this would, under normal circumstances, be like an hour and a half plus
yes.
matchup, and instead,
Yeah.
we're gonna knock this out quick. This is kind of
Let's
exciting.
Yeah, I think this is one of those that really it's going to test the players because these are not decks you're meant to play this fast, especially from
Well,
German
hey,
Chef's side.
in control versus control, I guess you don't need a whole 15 seconds to button pass, right?
Yeah. Just letting them know that they can start whenever they're ready.
Alright, awesome.
Okay,
Looking
this
for
is going
those
to be a crazy
eyeballs.
one. I hope you're all as excited as we are here. And I do want to, while we're loading, I do want to thank one more time Donde for the donation. And you can donate for Pride Month, or you can sub. All your subs will be added to our donation tracker here.
Hey, alright. I see eyeballs. Let's jump into the match. Get to the slowest part of the entire series, basically, with the mulligan for each game. Heatshock leading off on the Demon Hunter, German Chef leading off on the Rogue.
That is right. So now we start to ask ourselves the question: is Death Rattle Demon Hunter an actually fine deck here?
I don't actually know. I've played like a decent amount of Death Rattle Demon Hunter, but
Yeah,
I haven't run into any Poison Rogues when I've been playing this deck, so I have zero experience with it. I would imagine that Poison Rogue should still be mostly favorable, but there's a good amount of healing in the Demon Hunter. It runs taunts as well, and
yeah.
heal from the taunts. There's a Warblades you see in Heatchalk's hand, which is massive in this matchup, because
Right,
all Poison Rogue wants to do is find the weapon, charge up the weapon, and hit you in the face a whole bunch of times, and then stealth a few times right before they lethal you, before they get lethaled.
right. And also, we don't see a weapon here. I think something to note as well when we're talking about Weapon Rogue, there's one card that really puts in the work in the deck, and that's called Secret Passage. And Secret Passage in this format is probably the worst card you can play.
Oh yeah, Passage is just like you don't have any time because the
No,
animations will all go through before you can really do anything, and that I think um, puts the rogue in a very dangerous spot. But it's going
yeah,
to be just putting German Chef's rope skills to the test. We see he's picked up that shank in hand.
yeah, we
Also, I
do see the
misspoke
shank.
on the death rattle list. Heatchalk does not run the 3 mana 2/4 death rattle taunt, so this might make things a little bit more favorable on the side of the rogue.
It's definitely something the Rogue prefers to see. Now, something to note here with the Rogue is the Rogue doesn't like facing 6/6s this early, so there's a chance that the Demon Hunter just goes for that.
Yeah, I do like the fishy flyer now, though. Just
I
makes that
agree.
uh, play on curve a little bit. The bladed lady can rush into something if there happens to be a minion that gets
Yes.
played here. Like, there's very few, but it would be Plunderer and Wandmaker, right? If there's a Wandmaker here, it's nice to use the
Hmm.
Rusher to kill it.
Yeah. Now going for
Okay,
the
Shep
draw.
with the buff, cutting class, and yep, out comes a Plunderer, taking out the minion there. And no death rattle in hand to be summoned from that minion as it dies. Heatshock
Nope.
still passing on the Bladed Lady being played here. No Relentless Bladed Lady. I would expect that to be a strong play here.
I think he's waiting to use it when he can. Just when he
Maybe gonna
needs
hold his
healing.
weapon swing though. Needs the yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably more what it is.
Oh,
Just Weapon Rogue is gonna damage you a lot, so you don't want to waste your last heal charge when you're already at full.
it's too late to play Secret Passage now. Um.
Yeah, you have to play it like immediately at the start of your turn if you do, in fact, decide that you're playing it.
Yeah.
Okay, out comes another cutting class, hoping to pull wife right away. Doesn't find it, but does
No
find a
wife.
deadly poison, which can gain more charges on this shank and send more damage. Is now the pull the trigger on Bladed Lady play. Heatchalk thinking about it, almost out of time here. Uh, No relentless pursuit then, just gonna use a fury hero power.
I think that's fine.
I like this play.
Saving the pursuit for trades.
Did he get all the actions off?
He
A
did.
lot of damage upstairs to
Yeah.
the rogue. Here comes a deadly poison. There's a coerce,
Ugh.
a prep coerce that is. Oh god, is
Not
he
enough
playing the
time.
passage?
There's
Is
a,
he playing the
there's not
passage
enough
with barely any
time.
time? Oh, oh Shep. Oh, you madman. Okay,
Ugh.
well, let's see how quick he is.
Nope.
Actions. Get off a one maker and a played a swindle. Okay, probably still looking for wife. Did he find it? Was he able to play that plunderer? Yeah.
No plunderer.
Uh Nozstone amps up that challenge like to the nth
Yeah.
degree.
Now this is lethal. I wonder if there's enough time to play it.
Yeah, Heatchalk yeah, he's got it.
Okay,
All
and
right,
with
so Death Rattle
this,
Demon Hunter getting the victory.
yeah, I think Death Rattle Demon Hunter is actually a lot more of a decent deck right now, especially in a format like this. It can prey on paladins, or not paladins, sorry, priests very well.
Yeah, definitely paid off big time for Heatshock there. Um, I think the Rogue just wasn't equipped well enough to handle the speed of the format in
I
that
agree.
kind of matchup. The Rogue may have been fine just having more time. The
Yep.
passage was a bold move by Shep there. He could have stealth. and maybe live to fight another day, but just went for it and ran out of time. So Heatshock taking that early 1-0, down to the Druid and the Priest remaining. Shep still has the Rogue, Priest, and Warrior.
Now, that is a Guardian Druid. Can we talk about that for a second? Guardian Druid is a very bold choice as well. I think not really a deck
Yeah,
we expected to see much.
I did not expect this at all. Heatshock is quite the deck builder in different formats, and it's a clever idea, and it looks like it should really pay off too against Shep's double control with Priest and Warrior. Um,
Right.
this Druid can just completely beat those up. I wonder their players haven't queued up yet, so I wonder if it's just a big debate about do I bring out the Druid now or try to close out with it?
Yeah.
And yep, it's coming now. So Druid versus Priest.
Now the priest, I don't think the priest wanted to see this. I think the rogue was actually happier here.
And Heatshock tossed the nature studies. So had nature studies as an option in the mull, and I mean I don't play enough Guardian Druid. My amount of games on Guardian Druid is less than 5, but I assumed you'd probably want to keep that because maybe it could find you your ramp cards, but maybe it literally is just hard mull for the ramp. You're looking for wild growth and overgrowth
I
every
personally
single
keep
time for sure.
I keep nature studies when I'm playing
I would have
this deck.
kept it though, right? Just to try to, I mean,
Yeah.
maybe you get a wild growth or an overgrowth, or maybe you
Right.
just make one of them cheaper so you can play it sooner. But Heatshock disagrees, and who am I to argue with Heatshock?
That's true. And I think Chev has a few choices. I don't think you keep Lucia here, choosing just to keep the Draconic studies. Um, Not a great hand, but we do see the Nazoth here. So Shep is going with a Nazoth first and shuffling the Cthulhu into the stack. So this is a
Yeah,
very
N'Zoth
greedy
and
line.
Cthulhu is just, oh my god.
Yeah, right?
There's a Nas, there's a N'Zoth, there's a Cthulhu. Oh, hey, look, we found another Nas Dormu. Let's get him. I mean, the pick is always Mage Scribe, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. You could maybe pick Sky Stalker, but Mage Scribe is just so good for Priest.
right.
And Heatshock immediately gets the weight, finds that nature studies. I have to assume he guessed more. Yeah, he guessed more. And go figure, it's an innervate. So it was actually less that he doesn't get to draw the second card.
Nope. But
Unlucky.
we probably see the innervate now, though. You can innervate
But
overflow, which
not
is pretty
that
good.
unlucky, because yeah, you can just play the top deck to innervate and rip that
Yeah.
overgrowth one turn sooner.
Now, what are you looking to do if you're German chef here? I think you just want to slam that Nas as early as, or that Nazoth, and hopefully your opponent doesn't have lethal at that point.
Uh I guess so, yeah.
And that's all I
Here
can
we
think
go,
of.
going with the Sethic and just getting a random generated card. Draconic,
Taking
good.
the death,
And I mean, he also knows he's up against the deck that plays a lot of big stuff, so a death is
that's
good. Oh
true.
wow. Huge pickup for Heatshock
Wow.
finding that Guardian Animals that he immediately unnerfs by playing a Nature Studies and now has a turn 7 Guardian Animals. The only downside doesn't corrupt the double strongman in hand.
Nope. But
I
if
think
they
he's
get
fine with that.
Twilight Runner could just be the nuts here. Because he really wants to draw.
All
I
right,
think
and Shep, he's got a handful of cards he could palm reading here. He wants a coin first. Okay, going coin, Mage Scribe, and just getting that trigger. Has anything died? Nothing's died, right? You can't even play
no,
Raise Dead.
you can't play Raise Dead, but I think it's just
I
a
mean, at the
pressure.
same time, it's not like this 9 health thing is going to die right now.
Right.
So here comes the Guardian Animals, and unfortunately for Heatshock, it does not pull the Twilight Runner, although it does give the ability to immediately kill that Mage Scribe.
Yeah.
This is going to be a 7/5 Moonfang, which is just a nightmare to deal with. Unless you have, oh, I don't know, Shadow Word Death.
Yeah, you kind of really need that card here.
So yeah, turns out that was a really good pick for Shep because this Moonfang probably would have just soloed the whole matchup if
Yeah.
he didn't have a way to answer it. Just taking 7 over and over and over would have spelled doom, but yep, there's the emote from Heat Shock.
Oh, but
Oh,
that
wow,
Primordial.
though. Wow, what a top deck right back.
What a top deck. Just Mordresh Fire Eye is now on the
And
board.
it's double strongman coming down, and Shep needs to have uh, an answer that isn't in hand.
Hysteria might be able to clear something, but that's not enough. And that's turn
I mean,
6,
I guess
everyone.
you could Mordresh and Hysteria. I mean, Hysteria the Mordresh or something.
You kind of have to. You're going to kill 2 targets, but there's still a lot on the board.
Yeah, I was about to say you could focus Will because it gives it one more, so it can kill 3 things. That was really,
Sure.
really well spotted by Shep, with
Yeah.
hardly any time to consider the outcome. And I mean, that's about as good as it gets. Clear
Oh.
6. Like, look at this top deck God Heat
Oh,
Shock
God.
pulls another Primordial Protector
Oh,
right
my
off the
God.
top. Oh, that's insane.
That is so insane. And we know what's coming in next turn. This is a
Yep.
survival of the fittest.
And obviously, I mean, Shep knows as well that survival is 100% coming down. But wow, look at that
Wow.
find. Get the soul mirror. Um, a psyche split? What?
Just to get something
Sure,
on
you get
board.
a taunt out of it. Is
It
he
doesn't
dead?
matter. He's dead. He's actually dead.
Aren't you?
Very dead.
I don't know. I haven't done the math, but couldn't you have done something else, like play a light shower elemental and not died? I mean, yeah. What can you say? You got barely any time to decide, but I think that was a throw, unfortunately, from German Shep there. You can't blame him too much with the rope just burning out, knowing this is coming down, knowing he's got a ton of damage incoming, and he's got to make a decision super fast. But the Psyche split was just game over there. So Heatshock picking up the second victory, Druid getting through quick, and it's down to Heatshock's Priest needing to find a win against Rogue Priest Warrior on Shep's side.
Yeah, and this is. I mean, the priest is going to be the class that's having the most difficult here because both players did beat the lineup to kind of target priests. I would have done the same, to be honest. Now, how do you slam this priest? Your guardian druid went through, or how do you slam this priest through? So you kind of need to either beat the miracle rogue, or sorry, the weapon rogue that cannot play secret passage, or you beat. What are the other options? You can beat the priest, which is a fairly heavy priest with Cthulhu, or you play control warrior and you beat control warrior. I don't know. The priest doesn't look super favored, but it is heat shock, so I wouldn't be surprised if heat shock just squeezes through somehow.
I mean, on Heatshock's side, his best shot to get the priest through is probably the mirror. So, um, up to German Shep if he wants to go with like I don't know, just queue up the priest mirror first and get it out of the way to have what you might consider some favorables to clean it up and get the victory, or if you want to save it for last and mentally fatigue your opponent first on
Right.
2 losses, getting all the way to game 5 before you play the most difficult one. Because Control Warrior, from what I understand, it has slight favorable against Priest, and Weapon Rogue obviously is favorable. Shep just wants to get it over with now, queuing Priest
Yeah,
into Priest. So this is Heatshock's best chance. And we're looking at what might be either a 3-0 or a 2-3 for Heatshock, the way the stats are looking on these.
that is true. I also just want to quick thanks to Ufric and Donde for their subs.
Hey,
Now,
nice.
here we have just we see one of the tech cards against Priest, the South Sea. This card can do so much. The Scoundrel is so good into Priest by forcing your opponent earlier in fatigue. You can also steal their Cthulhu if that comes to being a thing in the end, but giving them Cthulhu doesn't sound like a great idea.
Oh man, it's the most thrilling of matches here.
Yep.
Do we really need these 15 seconds to hear a power pass?
um. Well, Heatchuck is doing it really fast. He is a wand maker.
Well, Shep
I
actually has decisions. He had two mana minions there, so he played one of them. Hey,
Yeah. I do want to note. I don't think I would bring Sethek Veilweaver in this format.
it's a bold move.
It's a
We got some bold
really
players.
bold move. I
Uh,
love Sethek,
this
but
is yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I mean, right now it's Tempo Priest
yeah,
versus Control Priest is what it seems like the way, Shep's hand has worked out early.
yeah. Now you could slam the scoundrel, but I don't know if you want to go that route. I think you just want to value generate for a bit. And it's becoming a
Oh
rally
wow.
priest.
Oh wow.
We have
This
an
is
APM priest.
this is potentially crazy here. This could get super nuts.
Oh my
All right, I
god.
mean, let's test the APM. Heatshock's got Naya Cthulhu, about all he can do. He just rips it, and it clears the best thing he could clear.
It does, but there's still a 1/1, and that might get Gift of
And
Luminance
yeah, it
if
can get gifted again. The
uh
biggest problem is that Shep just doesn't have the time to do
nope.
this stuff.
You cannot
All right,
think.
play the studies. I don't know. Yeah, Alex, that's good. Sure, fine. Just play Samra, whatever. It costs 4 mana. You had 4 mana to use.
Okay. Um on the other side, you can go one maker into bomb reading, I guess. Just to play something. You need to get healing so you can activate your
Maybe
Sorella.
just jam the Mage Scribe. It might live.
Yeah, that's true.
This is
Kind of like
fine.
Nova.
Holy Nova's a pretty solid pick.
Yeah. Um Now
It's
you
a
could just run
Nas.
Nas.
Nas cost 6. Jam it.
Just jam Nas. Horrible idea. But
I
please
mean,
jam
it would have immediately died to a 1 mana Shadow
Nas.
Word Death,
Yeah.
which would be hilarious. But I was here for the Jam Nas play. That would have been really
Right.
fun.
I just want to see Nas being played because this is the Nas format,
Yeah.
after all.
This is Nozstone, and nobody plays Nas. Sad.
No.
Poor
Um
Nas.
Now we have Holy Nova into Sorella. Not enough time to heal. You can't really do much
Yeah, it
else.
doesn't even do a whole lot. I mean, it does enough. It killed the Veil Weaver, I guess. That's the thing you wanted to deal with. Yeah, picked up an
Yeah.
Apotheosis. I see a Nas, though. Jam the Nas! Jam
Not jamming the Nas is a big mistake always for life.
the...
Just a life life hack there.
All right, plays the Nova. This is fine. Gets a hit. Heals up the minions a little bit, too.
Yeah, I kind
There's
of want
that
to see
Mage
Mage Scribe.
Scribe. Can play Apotheosis on it as well, which is very strong.
Yeah, it's a
Could
lot of
die to a
healing.
death, but Shep is not holding one at the moment. Maybe leads palm reading to find it. Maybe just jams that Alex, because double trade
Yeah,
Alex would kill this minion. That does mean you heal heat shock for a bunch, though.
there's time. There's not enough time to do anything else right
But yeah, I mean, if you don't do it quick, what else are you
now.
doing? So he does the thing, and heat shock's back at 30. And he's
Yeah,
holding a very cheap Shadow Word Death that can deal with this Alex. And yeah, notice that, Shep struggled clearing with that beefy minion, so he just uses Psyche Split to get another beefy minion.
yeah. Now you could play the Scoundrel here and try to get something that kills
Scoundrel,
it.
look for death. Scoundrel, look for death. Coin death. There's a rally. You can start rallying. I don't know. You got to do something.
You gotta do
This
something.
is crazy. Jam
This
the
is.
Nas. Coin the Nas. Oh my God. He floats 6 mana.
Oh god. And this is going to be enormous, Alex. There's just
Yeah,
power
this is Alex is
infusion.
ridiculously huge. And Shep just really desperately needs a death or something. I mean, you could Alusha. Your opponent has a death. Not that you know that, but that'd actually be really good right now. Oh,
Yeah,
now he jams the Nas. Uh,
Nas Luminance is a possibility.
Fortitude. Point
Fortitude.
Hysteria? Does that even work? Luminance? Okay, so
When
8
Hysteria
off,
would have worked.
dying. Yeah, I don't know. It couldn't think fast enough.
It's so hard. Trust me.
Okay, plays the Wave of Apathy. What, and then it's gonna Soul Mirror? Oh god, Hysteria. Oh, the animations. Well, it won't go that much actually, because as long as yeah, just oh, Never Lucky actually leaves up a 1/1 Nas.
Yeah, that was quite a lot. There's a renew here. Going for
Okay, here
stealing the
comes
hand at
coin.
this point.
There's the Elutia. Okay. Well, he gets to take that Shadow Word Death, so able to kill this Alex as well as play another few things.
Yeah.
Sure. Got them all off. Did he get the heal attack? He did. Okay.
Now you can
Yeah, it was
clear, almost clear with Hysteria.
was like a turn away from certain death, and Heatrock's not gonna love it how, his you heal up your opponent a bunch more, but there aren't great additional options.
Yeah. That is another Alex.
Found an Alex didn't play it?
I don't like it. I really don't like
Give it
this.
back to your opponent. Why, Heatshock? Why'd you give him an
Yeah.
Alex? Alex is really good. All right,
Alex
well,
is really important here.
it's a it's a very, very difficult game mode here.
Yeah, I don't know how
I
you
I just
play
wouldn't have
this.
brought Priest at all. Like this
Well, you don't bring Priest anyways, though.
right? But I mean, why would you bring Priest and Nos? Oh god. It's hurting my brain, Lotus.
Yeah, it's so hard. This is kind of now. There's not too much you can do. You really have to slam Soul Mirror here. Just make sure you raise that not to get anything bad, and go Soul Mirror into Holy
Yeah,
Smite
here
into
comes,
one make.
the double raise dead. There's the soul mirror that will get some quite a bit of healing.
Yeah.
And the way this order goes means the light shower is going to trigger on both sides and heal the Nazas right back up, as well as the
Yep.
Alushas. Heat shock gets a little bit more in. Oh, probably
Forgot.
miscalculated that.
Yep. That does happen in this format a lot.
Yeah, actually, if the Smite had gone first, no, then he wouldn't have got the Nas back himself. I don't know. Yeah, there was no good way to navigate that, but
No.
here's Heatshot getting punished from the Alex pick from before, as German Chef heals his 30 health to 30 health.
Yep.
Heatshock top deck in the Body of Cthulhu. Wandmaker gives a Holy Smite. That is 3 Holy Smites in hand. That's a lot of Smite.
That is a
Can
lot
what?
of smite.
Triple Smite and Alex maybe? I know you got to do
Um.
something quick.
Yeah, you
Okay,
don't want
just
to
gonna leave
waste
the
any
Alex
time.
alone. Play Body of Cthulhu. Playing a Brightwing. Okay, I like this.
Yeah. Now, does this steal time from your opponent's turn?
It doesn't look like it.
No.
Okay, we've got a Hysteria that Shep is just gonna rip here. There's a decent chance Cthulhu just like goes straight into his
Yep.
opponent's minions. It does not. It is the worst possible second worst possible outcome outside of killing Alusha and then hitting Alex. Jams the Nas. I love jamming the Nas here.
Yeah. You
Okay,
need.
Heatshot could heal what? Two it could yeah,
Oh God.
smite, heal face, Zarella. Yep, perfect. Spotted it so fast. Love to see it. Even got the Veil Weaver in too. Wait, hold on. Does he have mana for oh, he's not gonna do the Zarella play.
No.
Yeah, alright. I mean that's good too.
That's fine. Yeah. I don't think you need the Zarella.
Maybe it's better to hold Zarella. I don't even know, man. The rope's burning out so
Yeah.
quick. We're already like 2/3 of the way through like German Chef's turn. There's a Ysera. That's going to be a dream on the Veil Weaver.
Yeah. Can you? You don't have time to do anything else.
What a nightmare!
Yeah,
Oh,
playing
just
the
to not
nightmare.
burn a card. Wait, no. Why would you play the nightmare?
Just to have
I
one
don't know
less
why you
card in
would
your
play the
hand.
nightmare, but it's so useful. You could use it to lethal. All
You
right, well, whatever.
can.
Well, on to the next thing. Hey, it's a Ysera right back. You could Ysera and dream that Ysera, and then he could Ysera and dream your Ysera. Infinite madness. Let's go.
Just
Do
be
it.
stuck in a
Do it.
loop
Ysera
here.
dream it. Ysera dream it. Ysera dream it. Oh, we don't have
Not
enough
enough
time.
time.
Oh, this
Oh,
this was a rough turn for Heat Shock.
yeah.
Uh, and here comes Shep back around. We got a palm reading. Here we go.
Oh,
Psyche
auspicious
split seems
spirits.
good. Take it. Get a bigger Ysera. Ysera
Sure.
Awakens is very strong here. Kill the 5/5. Yep. Split the Ysera. Go face. And Shep is in commanding position now.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Heat Shock. He needs
It
something
looked
really
all but
crazy.
over for Shep too, but he just barely found a way out. The Alusha getting the death
Yeah.
was literally the thing that changed the outcome here. And now Heat Shock is going to have to dig for some fortunate answers. Double condemn? Does that do? This is over.
No, this is
This is
over.
over.
Well, there's one
I guess, I mean,
one health.
not technically over. Shep
No.
needs one damage. Wand Maker could provide it
Now the condemn
in a
clears
roundabout way.
this. They could just make a huge board.
Okay,
Palm
you could
reading,
take a renew
renew.
and look for that 1 damage lethal. Just gonna condemn first, sure. Just going face. I'll lethal you next turn, he says.
Now he gave the renew, which is not a great thing to do for your opponent, knowing what he has in hand.
Yeah, but 15 seconds.
Yes. Oh, I agree. And
Oh,
apotheosis
find
would mean a
apotheosis
lot.
though. Palm reading, find apotheosis. Go, go, go.
Yeah, you don't have
Quick,
enough time to
quick.
think.
Decisions, quick. Go, go, go. You're gonna lose the game if you don't do something right now. Okay, the game's already over.
Yeah.
There's no chance.
No.
Unless I'm missing something here. Double condemn plus Zarella would, yeah. All right, so we might be seeing the reverse sweep here because Heatshock's Priest is very unfavorable into these next two from Shep. Shep takes the extremely important Priest Mirror win. And more importantly, we don't have to see Priest versus Priest anymore. Oh,
That's
thank goodness.
true. Although Priest versus Priest Nozstone is way more interesting than normal Priest versus Priest.
That was actually fun. Whew.
Yes.
I,
Right?
I Nas Priest Mirror. A regular Priest Mirror, God, kill me now. But Nas Priest Mirror, okay, I'm here for it.
It's
I like
way
it.
more manageable.
I would play priest even if there was if it was Nas priest mirrors. You know what? I would do it.
That's true. It's a lot more fun. Um, we now
All
have
right, so priest versus rogue. This poison rogue just needs to find the weapon and win the game, basically.
yeah, but there's no secret passage this time. Or at least, well, you can play it, but it's going to be just me and Ron shouting that, can you really play passage?
I mean, you have to like literally lead your turn with passage, right? If you do
Yes.
anything other
Yeah.
than an action before passage, then it just seems so dangerous. Heatshock finding an Alex here looks super important to me in this kind of matchup,
Yeah.
especially with the other studies. You could have had a 7 mana Alex, but just wanted the sticky minion. Skystalker maybe could hang out on the board and get hit with an
Um,
apotheosis too. Mage Scribe is
I
good.
kind of wanted the
Ysera is probably too
taunt.
slow.
The taunt would have been my choice, just because it's a minion that can block Poison Road for a turn.
Yeah, but it's so expensive.
It
And it could
is.
get coerced.
Yes. Now, your opponent, German Chef, can go coin Secret Passage if he's really fast and he needs to find a weapon.
He's feeling lucky. Yep, Heatshock's got a 3 mana minion on 3 mana. He's gonna play it. He gets offered a palm reading. I think he's gonna take it.
Yeah,
Maybe you
I
take
think
Power
so.
Infusion because it's on curve and you could buff this thing if you think that it's gonna live. I don't think it's gonna live. Come on now. I guess he takes Power Infusion though, just to buff other things. He's got some very high health minions in hand.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Secret passage. Shep,
Is there a
he's
weapon?
testing his luck again. He's got
No weapon. There's a wand maker.
no weapon. Feels bad. Okay, does he get all these things off? He could wait. Why did he play the strike that he got to keep?
Yeah, that's the
Did
wrong
he
one.
he get to play the other strike too, right?
He did play both.
Okay. Solid.
Yeah. Makes your deck thinner, so your chance of getting your weapon is higher.
And the poison goes back in deck. Definitely not a card he wanted to play there.
No?
Has no weapon though. Weapon Rogue looking kinda not great when it doesn't find the weapon.
Yeah, this deck really lives or dies by the fact that it needs a weapon.
And there goes the double discount for Heat Shock,
Secret
but
passive.
that is a very beefy minion. All right, Shep, YOLO passage again. Where's that weapon? There it
There's a
is.
weapon. Now,
You just
weapon
play
is
the
going to go
weapon,
face.
hitting
I
anything
respect
else.
that.
The only argument with the rest of this turn was maybe you don't even swing the weapon to just keep the additional charge, but you already have a poison in hand, and I think you're pretty much thinking we are never going to lose charges on this weapon, so it's just wrong to not swing. You got to get that extra 2 damage in.
Right.
Here comes the power infusion, letting this Scorpid stick around, and Heat
Hmm.
Shock is really just an apotheosis away from
Yeah.
what could be an insurmountable level of consistent health. In the meantime, though, Shep here, he's got a deadly poison. He's got the silverleaf poison. We're going to charge up the attack and the durability on this weapon.
Hmm.
Get a free cutting class very soon, potentially. At least a 1 mana one for draw soon. This sends 4. This draws 1.
Nas is
Has the
in.
Cloak of Shadows in hand already.
Oh,
There's
that's an apple.
Apotheosis, though. Massive pickup for Heat Shock. Goes
Yeah.
immediately on this 5/6. Gets to clear the minion on board with a 1 power spell, too. Or a 1 mana
Wow.
spell, Healed Faith with the button. And this might be game over for Shep. I
Yeah,
mean,
this
you
is
can't
not
let
looking
Heat
good.
Shock heal anymore, which means you got to stealth to prevent the 7 heal and damage. Otherwise, you're just wasting face damage at this point. And it's also 7 power that's going into your face. Paralytic poison. Okay, yep. I mean, this is probably the only real play. You can't play a
Yeah.
minion. You swing face for more damage, you stealth, and you've got 1 stealth left in hand. So Shep needs to set up this lethal as quick as possible.
Yeah. Now,
Shock
both secret
is at
passages are
18. That's a
gone.
5 power.
Now, how do you do that without secret passages? That's the question here. Are we going to see
I
Nas?
think Shep might still win this though. I mean, the weapon does actually draw a card when he swings. All Heat Shock can
Yeah,
do is heal for 2.
I
And then
agree.
he's got the other cloak. So, oh, big pickup, play the poison, swing. Probably throw the Wicked Stab face as well. And
Well,
gotta leave 3 mana for the other cloak, which has to get played. And you leave no minion on board. Press the button again to send more damage. Here we go. That's a 6 power weapon, and Heat Shock is on 8 health with no way to heal past the button to go up to 10.
right. Now you can target
Rope
your own minion
burning,
with smite.
yeah, which of course you do just to see if maybe you get another like heal spell or something. You don't. So at 10 health and just praying that Shep does not have 4 damage. What do we see as the draw? It's not good enough. There's
No,
no card draw in hand. He's got a stab. That's a 1 in 9. Go, go, go. Oh, okay. That maybe increases chances a little bit too. Go, go, go. You got
not
to
too
find the
much.
stab. The stab is the win. Okay. Ugh, the cutting class, he probably would have won
Oh,
if he had
Mogra.
just been faster. Yeah, but that's not enough. That's him to 1. He's got a 7 power healer on the board.
Now
Okay,
there might be
coerce.
counter lethal.
But this
This,
is, yeah, 8 right back, so Heatchalk just needs 4, and Ysera provides that 4 exactly with a 0
oh
mana spell.
wow!
That is gonna be a win for Heatchalk.
Oh my
What a
god!
crazy game.
What a game!
And, I mean, I think that is just, like, the epitome of Nozstone
I agree.
being just bad for Poison Rogue here. That is a very favorable matchup, and Heatchalk did find, honestly, the perfect card at the perfect time to have his best chance of actually winning. Without the Apotheosis, there's no way he wins that match. But it happened just at the right time, and Shep did everything he could and just couldn't draw and couldn't do things quite fast enough to get there. But that was a thriller. Oh my god.
Yeah, that one got the blood pumping. That was a really hot match. Wow.
Yeah. So Heat Shock is going to advance. Looks like Agent PWE is awaiting him in the next round, and Agent PWE has a 6-0 game score right now, blazing through players.
Okay. We don't have the next match that we're waiting for is not ready yet. So we are going to spec something that's going on.
All right, nice. Who we jumping into?
Just checking the available matches. So this is going to be just a hop in to see how this is going. Any match you want to do? Let me take a look at the bracket. Um. Oh, what do you say about Neji versus Fish?
Ooh, hype. Let's do it.
Okay.
AFG versus a oh wow. The bracket is rigged. I think I saw them talking about how it's rigged. Neji's on AFG, Fish is on AFG, Base is on AFG, and all of them
Yeah.
are stacked right up at the top of the bracket. Base is awaiting the winner of Neji versus Fish. It's just all Amber Flight gaming on Amber Flight gaming violence here.
Yeah. Plus, these are just very close friends. So
But
okay.
yeah, let's jump into it.
Yeah. Getting into the match. We're going to be fixing the screen during this, so we're hopping in really quick. This is
Yep.
Nas action,
Nas
and
action, go, go, go.
I can't even ask them what the score is right now because that's just not going to happen. We have Fish versus Neji, and we can watch it right now.
All right, so I see Dr. Fish on the Nizoth Paladin, it looks like, against Neji's Priest. And out comes a turn 7 Hammer of the Naru and a Knight of Anointment that draws a conviction. Both players at full health at the start of that turn. Neji now at 27 with the swing from Fish.
Right.
And Neji, he's going to jam the Nas. Yes, you love to see it. There's the Nas. It's what we've been waiting for.
Yep.
Just gonna heal Faith. I don't know if he's tested for Yogg or not, if he would consider playing Apotheosis, but also so high up in health anyway that maybe didn't want to, even if he knew whether or not that was a Yogg. You see that Neji's holding a Deathwing. Very
Right.
spicy card here, probably discovered. I don't think that's main decked. That would be extra nuts. Let me
That
just
would
double
be kind
check.
of surprising.
Yeah, it's not main decked. That's the discovered one.
Let
All
me
right,
just.
out comes the Apotheosis. He has two of them, so even if this was a Yogg, he could have still played the other one. Gets the massive healing, clears up the big minion, has one additional card that he's able to play if he doesn't want to proc the horse,
Mm-hmm.
which, Light Shower, a very solid option here, considering Nas has already taken some health, and Light Shower dying would heal the Nas a bit.
Yeah.
Dr. Fish could play N'Zoth, chooses the Alex to clear up the
I kind
damaged
of like.
minion.
I
Nicely
kind of
done.
like keeping the dragon alive here and just going hitting face for 6.
Well,
I
we
don't think
don't
I
know how
mind.
many dragons Fish has played, right? Other
I think he
than
only has
the
two instances.
Skystalker.
Yeah, he
So
could be doing that too, guys.
Alex increases the Nas chances if Alex dies, which it does here on the Soul Mirror.
True.
So maybe this is just a Nas turn from Fish. Maybe he wants to trade the McGurgle first, just to increase the chances of getting McGurgle back from Nas to get more primes in deck. He's only got 8 cards in deck now. Neji's got 14. Fish kills that, plays a Yogg, and he's not gonna float 10 mana, right? Yeah. He's gonna play N'Zoth. Out
Yep.
comes N'Zoth, and it does in fact pull the Alex. Not even sure you want to pull Alex over the Death Rattle minion, but
No.
it is what it is. Neji gonna lead with a Raised Dead, which procs the Yogg, and that animation is gonna take up basically the whole damn turn, so you better do something else quick.
Just slam Deathwing here, right?
Yeah, just
Continue.
play something. Flurry, pretty. It's only a rank 1 flurry, though. So
Yeah.
just freezes 1 minion. Neji gets down a Divine Shield taunt, but that is not going to stop very much in the way of damage coming in. Um,
No.
could this
Um.
have been a lethal in any way with the double conviction in hand and Hand of It All? I don't even know, but it's a
If
lot. I
you
think
hit
it
the
could have
right
been.
targets, yes. Yeah, it
Yeah,
could have.
but Fish didn't want to go for it, just jamming cards here right now. He looks in very commanding position. Neji has to get very lucky with this renew or just say, all right, time for Deathwing. And I think it's time for Deathwing, right? It is not time for
Nope.
Deathwing. All right, Neji taking a lot of chances here, saying, well, if Fish had double conviction in Hand of It All, he probably would have played it, right? Well, he's playing it now, and you're going to die. Wait, wait, does
Yeah.
this clear? Oh, okay. Really nicely done by Neji. I didn't even see
Yeah.
it.
Cleared
Too fast.
everything.
Really clean play there. And yeah, now Fish has to reload. Just jam the knots.
Yeah, slam that Nas in. Play the Soulbound. The Soulbound doesn't really matter here.
All right, you're taking way too much time on this turn. Hand of a doll
Yeah.
as the rope is burning. Oh my goodness, floating 8 mana.
Now we do see. Oh, there's a
And
McGurgle Prime.
Neji, the first one to draw a prime. There are 2 primes in Fish's 7-card deck, but Neji going ahead with the prime first. And this is huge for Neji
Wow.
here. This kind of turns the corner. Okay, well, it's a prime right back, but I think it's a bit too late on this one.
Is it
Wow,
though?
that Zarella play from Neji like a few turns ago, I thought he was leaving up massive damage and was just gonna die. Uh, did Fish just short circuit? I think he just short circuited. He's just quitting. Yep.
Okay, Fish gave
The
up.
challenges of Nozstone right there.
Yep. While we have a very quick, while we have a very quick break here, I'm just going to ask Fish what decks went through.
If they're reporting after each match, it's 1-1, so it would be a 2-1 lead for Neji right now. And we know his
Right.
Priestess are in his Paladin his band, but we have no idea what won the other one.
Yeah. So we do know it's 2-1. I won't do individual scores. That's too much work right now. We don't have time for that. So just going to rush here. Now it's not a priest, so I wonder what Neji needs to go through. It
I
should
mean, I guess
be.
we'll find out real soon when they queue up the match, though.
Yeah, my guess is this is going to be a. We're going to see that Death Rattle Demon Hunter with Nozstone. Because I like to see that deck, but we will see.
All right, here we go. The players are queuing up. We're on to what I assume is game 4. So this would mean that Neji has won with the Demon Hunter and the Priest now, and Warrior is his last deck to get through, and it's
Right.
just kind of your standard Rush Warrior featuring Nas.
Mm-hmm.
And Fish right back on that N'Zoth Paladin.
Yeah.
Not a bad
Now,
hand.
no, you definitely want to keep Kazakus and the Knight of Anointment. I think you throw
Not a bad hand
the
from either player.
Sabers. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to toss the secret. And first day of school, a pretty nice find. You got to lead Knight of Anointment to hope that you draw Hand of a Doll from it and buff it, probably.
Yeah, I think you always leave the one. Oh, Fish disagrees.
Fish wants value.
I don't know that you need value this early, but that's fair.
All right, Neji, options to coin out something, but no real need to do so. Just going to hold back. Fish now goes with the Knight of Anointment, maybe a Wolper to follow. Just get the biggest board possible. Goes with the Stealth Minion here.
I don't like it. I
And
kind of liked Wolper more just for a bigger board.
easy bumper car here for Neji.
Yeah, I think at this point you can just play three minions, just slam your small minions, and get ready for next turn. Kazakus and both Kazakus wins.
Yep.
But you need to play.
I
You
mean,
cannot wait.
yeah, true. Fish may be debating on whether or not he trades this 2-1,
Yeah.
which seems fine.
Yeah, I kind of also like the idea of just playing knight first and seeing if you get hand up a doll, but I don't know if he had time to think about that.
All right, out comes a War Maul. This is going to clear up the highest attack minion here. Or
Yeah.
health minion, that is. They're all one attack. And Fish, easy decision. Pick
Yep.
Kazakus, look for rush copy. Take the 5.
There's
There's a rush.
Rush.
We take the rush. No
Deal
copy.
3 is
Feels
not
bad.
bad.
Maybe deal 3. Let's see what he picked.
Yep.
Rush deal 3. Go, go, go.
Now, this is a moment where next turn you have your conditioning, and then you typically win if you can get there. So, what do you do here?
uh, this is tough.
It's tough.
Maybe just Playmaker Rider? Yeah, it seems fine. You could also coin the other rider. I don't know if you got enough time for all that. Like Playmaker
Yeah.
Rider itself is just fine. It's not like the other one actually did much, and maybe coin is useful. So Neji goes with that, but this is really nice for the golem.
Yeah.
Ideal outcome for the specific golem that Fish picked. Just actually a perfect turn 5 for Dr. Fish. And Neji, I mean, he's got a bunch of minions in hand. He's got a conditioning. He can play it, buff a bunch of stuff, play another playmaker, maybe. No, you
I
don't want to
kind of
do
like
that because of
just
the
playing
health.
Crab Rider. Ooh, going
Watley.
really slow.
Whoa, Neji. Greedy Neji. Gonna burn a
Yeah,
card too. I
I
don't know if
like
you
it.
can afford to be that greedy against an Azoth Paladin here, who's already ahead on board. And here we'll see how much Fish can punish this decision. Going with, secret plus minion and draw, plus buff and draw, trade for value, push damage, dive off the top, coins, test the Yogg. We'll see what coin turns into. A backstab hits the 3/4. We've got a Crab Rider coming down, I guess he wants to do. Conditioning
Yeah.
first, then Crab, then. Oh, okay. Bumper and Crab.
Okay.
Sure. And is he able to just clear up everything here? Almost.
No.
Still leaves up this 5/4. Yeah, Fish doesn't have to think too much about this.
No.
He's got 7 mana. He's got a 6 mana card that gives him a 6/6 taunt and a 3/3 weapon. And he plays another secret. Seems good.
Yeah. Now we are going to see Playmaker Dark Moon Rider. That's a strong play. That's kind of
Yeah,
what you were
and
looking for.
Neji also has an ETC, which could get this totally out of control.
Yeah.
More cards being played means it will trigger the horse, which could make Neji's turn very complicated, especially with the animations. And he's not going to be able to clear this golem now, which is very
No.
unfortunate for this 6/5 on board,
And this
facing
is
down a
lethal.
5/1. But yeah, why take this incredibly good value trade when you have 8, damage and a +3? Win the game. And we're on to the
Yeah.
best words in all of Hearthstone. Go, go, go,
Game
real fast as we
5.
say it. Game 5. Here we go.
Wow. This was really good so far. Honestly, I'm very glad we jumped into this match. But
Yeah, it's been exciting. So I don't know what Fish's last deck is. Did he win with the priest? Did he win with the warrior? We'll find out.
yeah. Um
It's going to have a lot to do with how this stacks up. A mirror is one thing, but a wait, is it a mirror? It's it's
it's
not a mirror.
not.
Oh wow.
It's
So
huh.
Fish is on the priest, which is definitely favorable on the priest side of things, at least in normal Hearthstone.
I
Nozstone,
agree.
who knows? Priest got to make some quick decisions.
So you can play
But it is
Sethek.
interesting.
Hmm.
Nizath Warrior, that would have been a real interesting one.
Yeah,
There's like whirling combatant and broomsticks and Nas. I'm a little sad we missed out on seeing that one because it obviously got a win.
I agree. Now, I just want to note, Fish and Neji are great friends. They play together a lot. And Neji is arguably one of the best players in THL, just record wise. He's done insane results, and just it's really hard to question that Neji is really good. Bish is a good player, pretty good 5 seed, but Bish beating Neji, I think is an upset. Is it enough to break their friendship? I
I don't think so. Certainly would be an upset. I think Feast would be the first one to say that. But
Yeah,
anything can happen, especially in a mode like this.
I
And
agree.
Feast, he's been around Neji a whole lot, picks up on his tendencies. Maybe just
That's true.
gradually improving as he's been exposed to some like watching Neji play, and it's exciting. It's like student versus the master here.
Yeah,
And Edge is
and
going to the student at the moment in this game 5.
I agree. So far, nothing that points out that the Warriors getting that crazy tempo. This Scorpid is doing the work. There's just no way to deal with it. Having to
Yeah,
take it slow.
if Scorpid could get buffed, this could
Yeah,
be a real big problem for Neji, and that's a Psyche split. Another a Soul Mirror option too. Like all of those were good. I was tempted by the two cards that weren't the one that Fish picked, but there's
I
just so
agree.
many good options here.
I kind of wanted, instead of palm reading, I kind of wanted just Scorpid here. Because I think you have the time to play another Scorpid, and you've noticed how much your opponent hated that you played Scorpid.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't love on Neji's side to have to play a parade leader and a crab rider just to clear up that damaged poison minion. But it was
Yeah,
basically all he could do here, and now Fish just gonna jam the Sky Stalker. Looks like he wants to get this raised that out right now. Okay, just for Wand Maker and Scorpid. Those are solid value cards.
right.
Here comes a corrupted stage dive. Let's see what it pulls. That's a beefy crab rider. It can become a 5/5, which is still not enough to clear the minion. Maybe Neji regretting not playing a parade leader first to make the crab rider bigger to clear this, or
Yeah,
just wanted to leave it up. Fish now has the Samuro Apotheosis combo in hand that he can kind of use whenever he wants to just sort of like lock out, win the game, it seems.
yeah.
Um, I don't I don't see a good way for Neji to win this, like
This, no. This
ever.
looks really rough. The priest
This
can
looks
generate
really,
stuff.
really bad for Warrior.
This is already a bad matchup, but at this point, really hard to say.
Yeah, this is miserable for the Warrior at this point. Like there's your Rikara too. It's getting extremely minimal value.
Right. Now, here there are a few options you can go just go for the Sorella.
Neji's
Honestly, I don't
best
mind.
chance is the misstep from Fish at this point. If he just kind of plays it straight up, then he's fine. And I don't mind this play at all.
Yeah, I
Take
kind of just wanted Sorella, but this is fine.
take the hit there, and full heals up this Sky Stalker.
Yeah,
This is just going to be this giant minion that Neji can't really ever deal with.
no, just nothing.
He's got a conditioning that almost steals the Sky Stalker. If you tank 7, you can actually kill it.
Yeah, but then
There we
there's
go.
just going to be stuff. Like your
Yeah,
opponent's
and then
playing
just
stuff,
more
stuff.
stuff. Like Scorpid Ogremancer is a perfectly fine play and smack
Yeah,
for 8. I mean for
I
3.
like it. It's stuff. At
More
this
raised
point,
heads, more value. More Scorpions and Wand Makers? Yep, exactly that. Here's a Scorpid. What do we find? Luminance. Oh god. Did Fish miss 3 damage face? He did. It won't matter, but interesting.
yeah,
Must have forgot that his Dragon Rider could have actually attacked there. Irrelevant.
yeah, it
Neji has
really.
a nice clear here, buffing the Dark Moon Riders to get this War Maul to kill the Ogremancer.
Mm-hmm.
Ogremancer obviously somewhat problematic for Neji, but not really. The deck doesn't run a whole lot of minions. Now Feast has a Soul Mirror, which can copy the Troublemaker, which is probably the thing you're most concerned about. Holding the Soul Mirror means you could probably feel comfortable playing the Samuro Apotheosis turn now, which he decides to do. This clears the board
Um,
completely with the
I don't feel
trade.
like you need it now. Feel like
He
there were better
doesn't need
options.
to, but it's just Priest has, like, a wealth of options
Yes.
and is just like it's like an embarrassment of riches, right? So,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
like the softball easy play to just make right now so you don't have to think too much, and that works out perfectly fine. Here comes probably a Soul Mirror.
Yeah.
Palm reading first, feeling a little ambitious. Finds a death, which is disgustingly good. Play Soul Mirror, play death, hit him in the face. Ooh. Okay. Sure, that's fine. I would love to have I think that's what you want the most with your Soul Mirror is a troublemaker to just get more of those minions,
I
but
agree.
Fish disagreed. Feels like the Soul Mirror was better to hold. Again, it seems like it probably won't lose us
No,
from this point.
it's going to be really hard to lose
Neji
here.
lost this game like, I don't know, 6 or 7 turns ago.
Oh, I would say turn one. Like the moment he could never get the initiative. That Scorpid in the beginning put in so much work.
Really did. And there's so many things you can do here. Again, if you're Fish, Deathwing is hilarious. I'd probably just
Yeah.
take that.
Yeah, I like Deathwing
I don't
just
know. You
straight
could Soul
in.
Mirror this. He's only got one Alex. Yep, there you go. Just get rid of the Alex.
Yeah.
Maybe you should have led with Scorpid and looked for like a death, but whatever. Not even gonna
Not
play the
even going.
Scorpid. Healing face at 30 health. The only better move would have been healing Neji's face to hard troll him there.
Yeah.
I mean, better as
Fair.
in like BM.
I don't know if Thiesh would do that to Neji,
No,
but
no,
that's
he
fair.
wouldn't. Oh god, that's gross. Finds an
That
idol.
is gross.
Warrior can't deal with this at all. This game is so over. Like we've been saying, heal his face, Fish. Oh, come on,
Aww.
come on, do it.
Now this
Go
could
with the
be a
BM play.
conditioning playmaker.
I mean, sure, you could conditioning playmaker Samuro, but it doesn't matter. None of it matters.
No, not at all. No. The warrior already lost,
Yeah,
but you can do it.
heal his face. Renew his face. Uh-huh. More nonsense to just win.
Yeah,
Conditioning, sure. Why not? Play a Samuro. Yep. I mean, playmaker Samuro. Yep. Why not?
yeah. It really doesn't matter at this point.
Good ordering, you know.
Yeah,
Did everything as best as he possibly could. Jam the Deathwing. Do it.
yeah.
Raise
You
that
can just
Deathwing.
play
Raise
Deathwing.
that Deathwing. Do it. All right. Sure.
Another
Another
Deathwing.
Deathwing. That's disgusting. Oh, he should have taken it. He could have discarded a Deathwing of this Deathwing. It would have been so funny.
It would have been amazing.
All right. Sure. We don't need those cards. Now he plays the Raised Dead. All right. It's
There's
an
another
Alex.
Alex.
Oh, God. Come on.
Oh,
Neji
the
is now
speeding.
100% dead. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. There it is. Dr.
Wow.
Fish eliminating his Amber Flight Gaming teammate with a thriller of a game 5, and we are on to round 3. We're just gonna jump straight into Fish versus Based, right?
Yeah, and we are going to have a special guest to join you for this one. I'm going to focus
Ooh,
on
hype.
topping. Well, we have someone to A, cast a match, and B, to talk to us a little bit more about THL Pride. So we're going to have THL Mako, or 2-star Mako, or THL Mako, if you want to call him that, joining us right now. So I'm going to add him to the stream while we prepare for the next match.
Nice.
Um, Let me get.
That is a great time actually for me to go run and grab myself some water because it's hard to keep up with this. I feel
Oh,
like
it's so
I might
tough. Um,
I might run out of being able to speak. So while we wait on Mako joining, I'm just gonna mute myself and run grab a drink real quick, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, I just want to remind everyone that this is Nozstone and the format is best of five conquest. So just go super fast and play your decks. Try to win a best of five matchup. Now, some decks are having a really big disadvantage here. So we saw Weapon Rogue that just could do nothing because Secret Passage is not a card in this format. You play Passage, your opponent is going to basically think, "Oh, I have an opportunity to kill you. Okay, I'm going to do my best." Um, and that makes this format really challenging. I think a lot of what we usually do is just not an option. That being said, there's still a lot to talk about, and we have a really, really, really hot match next in Dr. Fish, who just beat Neji Boston, one of the favorites for today's tournament, against Based Inc., one of the favorites for today's tournament as well. Although I can't even say one of the favorites anymore because really everyone's a favorite. Um, so
There's so many good players in this tournament.
there's
Yeah, I
just
agree.
everyone is good. Um, Now let's just take a quick look at what their lineups is, since we have actually the time to talk here. Baze Inc. versus Dr. Fish. So we know Fish's lineup by now. Fish is going with the Nazoth Paladin, the Rush Warrior, the Death Rattle Demon Hunter, and the Control Priest versus Baze Token Druid, Nazoth Paladin, Control Priest, yep, Control Priest, and Rush Warrior. So very similar lineups. What do you
So
think
many
here, Ron?
players bringing the control priest. It seems so risky to me, but I mean it's paid off here and there. It's just it's been very interesting to watch speed priest. The spiciest thing though that I've seen, you gotta fight a little bit because it's not really rush warrior that Fish has. It has some rush in it, but it's running Nizoth, it's running whirling combatants. It's running Razormane Raider as a one of. It's running two broomsticks, which yes is rush, but doesn't actually get run in Rush Warrior generally. Um,
Huh?
it's very interesting. It's like mostly Rush Warrior still. It's got the core of what you would call Rush Warrior, but just some unusual frenzy minions and Nizoth is just a very spicy kind of addition to it.
I
Um,
agree. Now, why would you run this deck and not bring what's the name? Not bring the 7 mana guy that triggers the frenzies and resurrects the frenzies.
I don't know, maybe he's just garbage.
Maybe. Yeah.
He seems like a really cool card, and I want to see
Yes.
that card used at some point.
I
I probably
agree.
will regret those words as he becomes meta and
He looks
oppressive, and I'm like,
breakable.
oh, I hate this card.
He
But
really looks
uh,
breakable.
yeah, like it. I mean, if more good frenzy minions come out in the mini set, all of a sudden, if Control Warrior gets like a little bit more support too, if there's like frenzy that enables more control aspects of the game, then that card could wind up being like totally insane at some point, potentially. But I don't know if I just don't think you can fit it in this deck right now. I think honestly, you probably maybe shouldn't have even run the frenzy minions to begin with. But
I
we'll see.
agree.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I am adding 2-star Mako here. So we are going to have a special a special caster here as soon as Mako picks up the phone.
All right.
I,
Um, I
I
am
am
the embodiment of the Sonic GIF tapping his foot then.
just waiting for Mako. As soon as Mako joins, we will be good to go. This is I'm excited for this one. I think this is going to be another insane match because every match we've had today has just been completely crazy, and Nosdormu has just done way too much. Very different. Um, Now, these players were smart not to bring passage, not to say anything on some of the people in chat. Not attacking you directly, but I would say Passage is a fairly arguable choice.
Yeah, I think Passage was just not the move. I saw German Shep show up in chat earlier, talking about
Hmm.
being a mistake, and I kind of agree on that.
Yeah, I would agree with that 100%. I mean, I like Passage. I think it's a broken card, but not in this form.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you want to just tell the players to get started? I don't know if we can just have Mako like join us whenever he is available.
sure. Let me go base.
Mhm. All right. After a brief lull in the action, we are
Oh,
back at it with more
uh,
Nozstone.
this is so. It's so hard to cast this. I just want to, for everyone watching, this is as hard as it gets to cast a match.
This is pretty fun.
It's
I
a lot
quite
of
enjoy
fun.
it.
I'm enjoying it a lot, but it is really tough.
All right, I see eyeballs. Let's jump in here.
Yep.
And here we go. It is warrior versus warrior. So we will see if Dr. Fisha's spicy warrior text show up to be relevant. Well, he's got a Nazatha and an Alex in his opening hand. Those aren't getting kept. And
No.
Based on the other hand, has Ganark in the opener and Parade Leader. Both pretty strong. Playmaker, a good card. Probably not one you want to keep in the mole. Conditioning, very debatably something you could keep. In most
Right.
cases, you don't really want to.
I kind of like keeping conditioning in the mirror because I think conditioning is a lot of times the card that makes you win. So I would go that route. I would personally keep it.
Oh, fair enough. Base keeps conditioning and tosses the parade leader.
Yeah.
And I mean, this looks pretty nice to also have a conditioning alongside a Warmaul. But Base going to
Yeah.
lead off with this Ganarg. Actually runs the cutting class. It's got to be a one of, right? For Base. Let me
Interesting.
double
I
check. It is a one of, yeah, just for a little bit of card draw payoff for some of the weapons. Dr. Fish, nothing to do. I think conditioning is fine here to use the mana. And yep, Fish just
yeah.
gonna +1 the cards in hand.
Right. Just
Whirling
going
Combatant
smuggler
looks
style.
kind of intimidating now. A 4/7?
Yeah. I mean, a 4 mana 4/7 is pretty good.
All
Krasnov
right.
is an interesting
Base.
option.
I love Krasnov here as the choice. The others don't look great at all. And you can
No.
coin Krasnov as a minion,
Yeah.
which he almost certainly does. Well, check that. No
Nope.
minion from Fish. Didn't want to get a 2/11 on the board.
Now you could just go cutting class here.
Yeah, yeah. Base, I think for sure will play cutting class now that there's no target for Krasanov and just wait. And now coin could be more valuable later. You don't want to swing with Krasanov in hand.
Right.
And there's really no point in sending your opponent to 29 rather than 32. Fish has got a Sword Eater, plays a Sword Eater. Why not? Cost 4, gives you a weapon, clears the minion. Seems good.
Yeah.
And Krasanov is not going to die on this hit, so a pretty solid play. Just get the Krasanov out there, kill the minion. Hey, welcome, Mako.
Hey, Mako.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. We're really, really fast in this match. I think it's
Yep, speedy,
all
speedy,
about.
zoom, zoom. Here comes maybe Anchorman, possibly conditioning Warmaul.
I like conditioning Warmole, just going kind of crazy.
Yeah, you got to go balls to the wall, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely, every turn. It's the way to play.
Ain't no other way for it.
And based back on the action here, got a conditioning as well. Can honestly just Warmaul right back, and yeah, looks good. We're doing a lot of challenging to Makara right now. We might see another Warmaul. Battle of Warmauls. Do it, Fish. Just for the memes, do it. Jam that Warmaul. Come on. Oh, I mean, this is probably a better play.
Oh,
But it wasn't as funny.
is that 1 mana floating I see?
Unfortunate. How dare he float 1 mana?
I'm disappointed.
All right, so base just gonna do some more mock Garage challenging. That Warmaul dies here, clears the minion, gets a playmaker out, and gonna get some bad news. Fish mousing over this other Warmaul right away.
Playmaker making plays.
Maybe you smack your face into the playmaker so that your Warmaul only takes 6 instead of 12. Nope. Okay, well, it's gonna be a
No.
4-1, and that is not very intimidating. But smacks face and plays the Sword Eater, just reloading on the weapon and having a taunt to protect this. And base has coin and Troublemaker and is mousing it.
Yeah.
I like getting an 8/10 that summons 3/3s.
Right.
Swinging face into the Sword Eater means there's a decent chance this is a board clear as well. But there aren't really too terrible outcomes other than double face, which is exactly what happens. Terrible outcome for base. And here we go. Right back action on Dr. Fish. He's going to rip that studies. These are intriguing options. Yeah, Ricard is fine. Here comes the Samuro. Going to clear up as much as possible. And I mean, as long as you kill the Troublemaker, you're happy.
Not making any more trouble, is he?
A little risky. All right, back on base. Here's an ETC. We're getting some rush minions out here. And this is going to push a pretty good amount of damage. I'm not sure I liked the bumper car trading there first. You could have gotten more with more ETC ones if you traded the bumper car into the Samuro and played the 2 more 1/1s. I don't know if it was enough for lethal. It would have pushed maybe 2 more. Yeah, no,
This
it
is a
would have
lethal
set
setup.
I want to know.
said two, but-
Yeah, I mean he's got
There's
an
an
Alex
Alex in hand
in
anyway.
hand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, base has an Alex in hand, so I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. Why bother with the extra 4 damage? You still have more than enough with Alex.
Well,
There it
baby,
is. Base
shit, you
picks up
take
the
damage from
1.
hand. Look at that! Woo! Next one.
Easy.
Let's go. Keep it
On to the
coming.
next. So base taking down that warrior mirror. I'm not even sure the players have updated bans, have they? I don't see bans updated in Battlefy. I have no idea what these players banned.
I'll ask.
But
Is
Warrior v Warrior, base gets the game 1 victory, and we're on to game 2, and base has some combination of Druid, Paladin, Priest remaining. Fish, without any knowledge of bans, could go right back with the Warrior, or Paladin, Demon Hunter, Priest, for all we know.
Okay, so base banned priest, and the druid was banned by Fish.
Base banned which one? Paladin?
Priest.
Priest.
Please, don't you listen?
Words are hard. Words are hard.
Come on, man. Come on.
I mean, you're probably happy about that, Ron.
Yes, I'm glad that I don't have to watch another Priest match.
Come on.
I
That's
mean,
fun.
I don't know.
It's
They
fun to
weren't actually that
commentate.
bad in Noz. Nozstone makes Priest fun. It's kind of I'm kind of here
Yeah.
for Noz Priest.
Bro, you got to allow your inner auctioneer. Not novice. Professional.
That's right. All right, so base gonna lead with this Knight of Anointment, right? It always pulls the Hand of Adal, and your opponent never hero power kills it, right? There's a lot of optimism there. But hey, might not
Yeah,
hero
if you
power
have
kill it. Might
space.
Tusk Piercer kill it.
If you add a space in anointment, he becomes a completely different kind of knight.
There you go.
No,
Mhm.
no one. Okay,
Good night
fine,
to
whatever.
the knight,
No.
though.
No, whatever. It's fine. See myself out. I thought that was hilarious.
It's an outcast sigil runner. We're drawing another card.
Not enough time indeed. We do see just another draw from the card. And now, what do you do with the Paladin here? You actually have options, which is not a good sign.
I mean, you're holding 2 swords. You got a secret already in your hand, so let's just maybe get some more secrets out there. Beef up the Battle Fiend too. Seems good. Fish is holding an Inquisitor now, along with a Philosophy, which could be extremely powerful in the late stage of the game. And this is a 5/7. It's hard to deal with. Base is going to smack Faith,
Yeah.
and Mystery Winter gets even more secrets. Get all the secrets.
Reckoning is
Mason
really
Grace.
good.
Reckoning is disgusting here. Oh, wow.
If Fish
All
doesn't,
right.
if Fish plays Renowned Performance, he's okay. But other than that, he's in trouble.
Yeah, Performer would be an excellent way to play around a possible Reckoning that was discovered. But Fish does not wind up doing that. I
No.
imagine this 5/7 is going to go Faith, and it's going to die and deal 5 to Fish. Brutal turnaround.
Oh,
Yeah, that is a
you
5/7.
hate to love to see it.
Mhm.
All right, and Base finding herself in a much more favorable position now, but it does depend very much on this top deck. That's a hell of a top deck. We're playing the Righteous Protector, we're buffing it and drawing a card, and Dragon Tamer, not bad. 2 mana, cost 2. Let's play it.
Mhm.
All right, difficult decisions maybe here for Fish. Might want to just get that Razor Boar out because it would. No, wait. Yeah, no, it's almost a Death's Head Cultist. It's kind of okay, I guess.
Yeah,
Performer, you get to clear the Protector too.
it's not an awful card.
Also fine. Fish with his own Paladin secret up, which is pretty funny because that Philosophy got transformed into a Galloping Savior. We'll see if Based winds up triggering the horse. Out comes McGurgle.
Going for that
Looks
heal
like
power.
no horse trigger yet.
Yeah.
And what do you do if you're Fish?
I think you just go Boar
Play the
into
Razor
Dark
Boar
Spear.
and the Berserker? Yeah. It's good
Yeah.
use of mana. You can kill a recruit or knock off a Divine Shield off of
Yeah.
McGurgle.
Now there's Conviction, and you can drop the 5/5 and give it Rush.
Yep, and it doesn't even really hurt you that you trigger the horse, because Broom
Right.
is coming down here. Yep, and there's the horse, but no big deal. Has a lot of ways to deal with it effectively. Clear up the board, send more damage. Basically almost out of cards, but at the same time is pushing quite a bit of damage here.
Mm-hmm.
How you join the... I'm gonna take that silence as a I love it.
Oh, I think
As we
the
move
sound
on.
cut you a little bit at the end. Michael, can you hear us?
I can hear you perfectly fine, bud.
Sure. How are you enjoying the action, the Nas action?
You know, it's looking less like Nas and more like Nos. This thing's going fast, fast, fast.
Isn't it crazy?
I love it. You know what I
Yeah.
love more is the fact that they remembered to put Nas in their deck, unlike myself. I will never let myself live that one down. And I will also say this: I won my first round when I didn't do that. So sucks to suck.
Beautiful.
I don't remember who I played against, but you know, whatever. It was
Fair.
fun.
Okay.
It was fun.
Dr. Fish deciding against playing the Inquisitor here. Just wanted to rip that skull with a possible Oh My Yaga up. And this is a major punish. I mean,
It
even
is.
though he draws
Ow.
4, they're not discounted. It's still pretty rough, and that's a lot of damage incoming from base now.
And Nozstone is out now.
Was actually 1 off lethal with Alex in hand, so this is the lethal setup here, certainly for base. And I don't see how Fish gets out of this. I think we're looking at a 2-0.
No, this is not looking good. Well, Skull helps, but this doesn't seem
No,
like
it
enough.
doesn't. Nothing helps.
No.
You're dead. I mean, sure, yeah, you can hit face, send 8 face. At least send 8 face before the trade. Come on, Fish. All right. Well, sure. It won't matter anyway.
Yeah. And base does find the lethal. We do have a little time while they're queuing, so I want to ask you, Mako, in a Nosdormu way, what is Pride Month and what is that in terms of
Nozstone
detail?
way. I'm not gonna be able to explain all that in Nozstone way. I will wait until after this match.
Okay, let's do it after
That's
the
fair.
match.
I talk way too much for my own good, so even if I talk fast, it'll still bleed into the matchup.
Sure. So I want to ask you. I know you have quite a bit of practice with Death Rattle Demon Hunter. What is the matchup spread in your opinion for the deck? What have you seen? Any interesting thoughts in that one?
Yeah, sure. I don't have a lot of practice with it, but I'll make something up.
Sure, go for it.
You know, I would say about 50% of the time you're gonna win, and about 50% of the time you're gonna lose. So whenever you're going into that matchup, you really just gotta think about those odds.
Fair.
Back to you.
Well said
Sure.
by extremely well-known Death Rattle Demon Hunter specialist 2-star Mako.
That's me.
Love to hear it. as we move on to the Priest versus N'Zoth Paladin matchup here, based on the control rips that first day of school and some pretty spicy ones right off the top. That
Yeah.
is a mystery winner and a reliquary. That's some really good stuff.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Let's see what's in the mystery winner box. Yeah, all of them are okay. Chooses the Reckoning. Maybe wants to get this reliquary down now. I would hate to see the Tide Collar. Okay, the Yogg is interesting.
I don't
Knows
like it
that
a lot.
coin has already been played though, so it's not too bad to play the Yogg. Just counters the first potentially impactful spell. And now we got to be McGurgle in here, right? Maybe you play the Tide Collar first, so it gets
Yeah.
a more valuable trade. Yep, you get two power things into a 2-power thing.
Mhm.
Base would always lead Draconic Studies here, and honestly, you're pretty happy as the Paladin to counter a possibly dangerous dragon. Carrion Studies gives us Delinquent. All right, well,
That's
Base
pretty
is going to
good.
play it. Yeah, why not? It's not bad.
Olsen.
All right,
Going
might
base.
that Murloc. So long, Tide
Secret
Collar.
Commander.
You will be missed.
Knew it.
And we got a great draw from Fish here with the Northwatch Commander with the secret in hand. Exactly what you want to be doing on turn 4. Base, really good top deck. Right back, Scorpion is an excellent card for Priest and the matchup in general.
Mhm.
There goes the McGurgle. Keeps the minion stealth here.
Yeah.
And what are we going to see from Fish? This is a more interesting, potentially complicated turn. Surprised to not see a Hand of It All lead, unless Fish wants to buff something different with Hand of It All. That's reasonable, given the 2 minions on the board. Base would have to have a card in hand to prevent, this Righteous Protector from handling both minions. As it happens, Base does in fact have such a card that can handle this and enables this Scorpion to clear up the Northwatch.
Right.
And can just play the Raise Dead to get minions right back. Namely, Scorpion and Wandmaker, ideally. Does not find the Scorpion, though. I wonder how many delinquents we're going to see in this game.
A lot
All
of
right.
stealth.
Easy turn for Fish. 6 mana, Skystalker in hand, play Skystalker. End turn.
Yep.
Base with a Corrupted Insight, pulls
Now is base going to trigger the secret?
Maker. Should know at this point, maybe, that it's not horse. Might not know
Nope.
that it isn't horse. I think continually playing around horse, but she's going to find out eventually that it's actually a reckoning, and that's going to be a weird feeling. Here
We go
comes
for the
Kazaka's
one
after a
goal
buff.
here?
Sorry, what did you say, Mako?
Nope, we don't. I was gonna see if we went for the 1 mana golem. We're not.
No. I like it a lot, but no.
Stealth buff is very dangerous, and Dr. Fish's hand is just looking really hard to deal with as the priest. So base is gonna heal and discover and get more stuff and maybe heal some more, clear the board.
Yeah. That's a priest way of life.
pretty good hits.
Yeah,
Gets to clear up everything except for the 3/4.
and now base finds out it's not a dragon. Or sorry, it's not a horse.
Yep. Knows it's not horse at this point. And I mean, I see a Noz. I really want to jam the Noz. It's probably fine to hero power and golem.
Heyo.
Hey, we're playing the Noz. It's Noz mode, damn it. Let's let this card shine.
Yeah. You need it. You can't just not play Nas.
All right, base leading off with a renew. What do we find? Luminance, not bad. Plays with Scorpid. Can Luminance the Scorpid. Finds more heal and heal.
Yeah.
Heal seems good.
You know, it's good.
Yeah, and this is a headache now for Fish to
Yeah.
deal with. Maybe you just ignore these completely. Do you just jam a Nas right now?
I kind of
Going
just
for
want to
more
play
value.
the golem.
Yeah, I mean, Northwatch plus... Ooh, I don't love the
Eh,
weapon, actually. I
I
think
do
maybe
not
just
like it.
Northwatch and Golem was the move and just
Yeah.
jam damage.
I agree. You're so close to lethal. The greater golem sticks. That means trouble.
So base is going to lead off with a heal, but it gets yogged, and yogs... Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh, the oh my yog is OP, and base gets the delinquent back, one of the worst possible things, and gets a raised dead. That is absolute garbage here, and this game might be over
Wow.
now because of that yog.
Yeah,
He's
that
just gonna clear
yog.
this up, plays the N'Zoth, which creates this insanely powerful... You gotta play the N'Zoth. Don't be
Yeah,
greedy,
you
just
have
play
to.
the N'Zoth. And then we smack face 3 here.
Hey, Nazarmu's back.
Hey, it's another 8/8. All right, Light Shower Elemental comes down to buy base a little bit of time, maybe. Are we playing Veil Weaver and Focused Will on something, or just gonna
Nope.
get it on the board? Okay,
Hand of a
and I mean
doll.
this gonna hold off on it though. Hand of a Doll is fine as well. N'Zoth gets a good trade, and Fish gets to push what 14 damage after the heal, or clear the minion. Probably a little
That's
bit
You know,
better
we
than
why.
call
the
this is
full
a
base.
big old board right there.
This is a big old board that can get Hysteria'd. Base was certainly dead
Oh,
without
no.
that top deck, and this
Oh,
probably saves her,
I don't see why it
at least
wouldn't.
for a turn.
Yeah.
Look at that RNG.
I mean,
Wow.
I think she'll
Oh,
probably be still not feeling great about that RNG
No.
because of the glide, but that was a nice top deck there. Yeah, and just has to raise dead to look for something, anything that can help. And as it happens, that's really helpful.
Yeah, but that's a Carousel Griffin coming right behind it. Or even a McGurgle Prime.
Yeah, but I mean, base was literally dead if she didn't find
Yes.
that light shower with the
Yes.
Alex in hand for Fish. Fish just picked up a prime. So more boards. All right,
Yeah.
and just smack face and play the Sword of the Fallen, I guess. Maybe you could press a button.
Or
I don't
pass.
know. Not play anything seems unusual, but sure, it shouldn't matter.
No.
And these Divine Shields just so hard counter Zarella. Base is just gonna die here because Zarella can just
Yeah.
clear the 1 minion plus, knock off Divine Shield, but it leaves what 14 on board plus Alex's 8 plus the additional 3, so
Oh, you could
17
just
plus
buff
8,
everything
and
with the
that's
golem.
lethal.
You don't even need to
Yeah,
think
you
too
could
much.
also lethal with the golem, but Alex is fancier.
Yeah, and Fish survives another one.
A stylish victory there for Dr. Fish as the N'Zoth Paladin picks up the win on the back of an Oh My Yog, transforming a Holy Nova into a glide that just completely demolished base hand and chances. And we are on to game 4 with base holding a 2-1 lead, just needing her priest to get through.
Yeah.
And
Now,
Base just messaged me #delete glide.
I mean, a lot of people wanted Glide to be nerfed from the start. They thought Glide was too strong.
Now it's just the ultimate feels bad card.
Wait, why did Fish not keep the 3/2 that would just play his whole hand out?
Yeah, I don't know. Hold as well with the rest of the hand.
Yeah, it was really good.
All right, so gonna be taking this slow here. Hero powers to lead. Base is gonna have 15 seconds to hero power path.
So
What do you think she'll? Oh, hey, never mind. Top deck.
I will ask our specialist here if he has any opinions of this particular matchup.
Yes, Mako, as our resident Demon Hunter, Death Rattle Demon Hunter specialist, what are your thoughts?
You know, assuming that Fish's death rattles die this game and he's able to push 30 damage face, I think that Fish has a pretty good chance. But if Base heals up and doesn't let him get that cross that 0 health threshold, then I think Base has got this.
Yeah.
Back to you.
That is just absolute top tier analysis. You love to hear it. This is why the man is the specialist. I was hoping for another commentary to the tune of that 50-50 one, and I was not disappointed. Might I say that was even better.
And might I say you're welcome.
Nice. All right, out comes a 4-mana Skystalker from Base here on turn 4. Playing Death Rattle Demon Hunter. Well, here's some Death Rattles to deal with on the other side. How do you like that? Fish, unfazed, elects not to play either of the 4-mana 5/7s, and instead plays the 4-mana 3/3 that summons taunt and sends the face damage. Clears up a
You ever
5.
just go face there with everything? Probably not, right? Because Apotheosis.
Yeah, because of Apotheosis, I wouldn't. This
Yeah,
matchup,
there's so much priest clear to deal with.
Yeah, but this matchup is
Like
very
that.
Demon Hunter based.
I really like this focused will from based on her own minion, just to make this Dragon Rider kind of difficult to deal with here.
Yeah.
Dragon Riders in this game too?
I also just have to mention, isn't it great that we have Dr. Fish playing for Amberflight Gaming, Basethink playing for Amberflight Gaming, and the CEO of Amberflight Gaming is Dragon Rider, which happens to be on the board problematic for Dr. Fish to deal with.
Yeah. Also,
It's
Fish
the little
just
thing.
beat Neji. And Neji is also...
Yeah, another Amberflight game. We got a lot of AFG crime happening in this tournament right now.
Yeah.
All right, so Fish going with this renowned performer, maybe playing the Demon Companion here.
Opting to go with a Fellscream Blast just as a way to clear here.
Fellscream was the only guarantee to take this out, so makes sense here.
That Dragon Rider is never gonna die.
No. The Dragon Rider is going
forever.
Stay.
All right, Base finds a Raised Dead. Just so much value for the priest, and that's another Light Shower Elemental. And honestly, 2 Light Shower Elementals in this game this early, and the priest has all of the board control, and look at all of this heal and removal and everything else in hand.
Yeah.
I think Demon Hunter's screwed.
Well, you have an insane 8-drop, and the question is, can that 8-drop be enough? But looking at how much healing the priest have, I'm not sure of that.
Yeah,
my question is, why do we?
Base hand, I would. Go ahead.
Where I'm just think it's very interesting where we're playing a board heavy deck, right? And we are trading off our 1/1 and sending our 1 attack from our body face instead of trading with our face and leaving that 1 attack on the board.
True.
I think this deck might be favored slightly, but if we're gonna make plays like that, we're not gonna get there.
Yeah, I think Fish is not going for the board enough, and he's done it for quite a while now. He got low value out of his 3/3, and that's just trouble. Like
Yeah.
in this deck, you need the board early, and Priest has trouble recovering the board just because of how much
Buff
you
the
can
Dragon
do.
Rider. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, if you're playing against Priest, whenever you lose the board against Priest, it's really hard to gain it back because they have so many control tools.
This is game over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially if you're not playing a controlled deck. I mean, you're just sitting there like, oh, the control class has the board. What do I do, right? So, yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I do agree with what you guys were saying, but I also think just given how base Drew in this game and the hand that she's holding, I don't know if Demon Hunter actually ever beats this because base just had everything here that Priest could ever possibly want.
Should have got lethal with the Dragon Rider.
True.
Oh,
Shame.
Shame.
Poor game. We're gonna have a talk about that in the next team meeting.
Never been more disappointed in my entire life.
Now, first of all, congratulations for Bates for beating Dr. Fish. We have a little bit of time before our next match. I want to ask 2-star Mako. Now you can tell us about Pride Month, and you don't need to go full Nas if you want, but we'd appreciate a bit of a rope.
A bit of a rope, boy. You ain't getting any fucking rope. How much time I got?
Go for it.
All right, bet. We today launched our Pride Month celebration, which starts today and runs all the way through June. So we will conclude on July 1st. Throughout the entire month of June and for the last week of May, so starting today, we are going to be donating all of the money that we gain as of THL towards the Trevor Project. Someone can give you a link to the Trevor Project in chat if you are curious. But if you would rather, you can go and find all this information on the. There's a lengthy 5-page tweets thread that I put out, as well as the post and the announcements that has a link to the Trevor Project. But we're going to be donating all of our proceeds. That includes merch sales, the money we gain from merch sales. Especially from the Pride Month collection that we created for this month, that was only going to run for this month, by the way. So if you like what you see, you're gonna want to purchase it before before July 1st, because it'll be gone after that. So all of that money is gonna go to the Trevor Project. All of the money we get from donations is gonna go to the Trevor Project. So if you scroll down on your Twitch, you'll see a new little box next to the one that says our website, and it says THL Pride donations. It's nice and colorful for you. You're welcome. And it says that all donations sent through the link above will be donated straight to the Trevor Project. So if you click on that box, it'll take you to a donation spot, and you can donate, and it'll go straight to our collection campaign, our fundraising campaign. THL is not taking any cut of this. All of this is going straight to the charity. And it says right there for you, Trevor Project is an American nonprofit organization founded in 1998, focused on suicide prevention efforts among lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and questioning youth. So we're really just trying to support, all of our THL family and just showcasing one specific part of it during this month. We also have 2 tournaments that we are going to be hosting in June. The first one is going to be on June 6th, and that is a standard best of 5 conquest tournament starting on Sunday, June 6th at 1 p.m. It is single elimination, not double elimination, so it will not take all day. Last time we did double elimination, and Ron knows that took until the wee hours of the night. This is single elimination. The prize pool for that tournament and for the Battlegrounds tournament that will be taking place on June 20th is supplied by THL, is not coming out of the donation pool for the Trevor Project. This is coming from our THL account, so do not worry about us dipping into that. And this is probably not going to cross a lot of people's minds, but it'll cross some people's. The other tournament, like I said, is Battlegrounds one on June 20th. It also starts at 1:00. It is a BG's tournament. That one maxes out at 32 players, so you'll want to sign up sooner rather than later. While the standard one does not have a max, There's a dog barking in the background. I apologize. The format is going to be, you're going to be randomly placed into pools of 8, and then you will play 3 battlegrounds matches in those 8 lobbies. And then the top 4, based on points for each lobby, will move on to the next round. Then you'll be placed in another pool of 8, and then be one more round, and that'll be the finals. And then top 4 will get prizes. Let me think. Yada yada yada. I'm trying to think of anything else. I'm trying to speedstone this. I think that's it. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill that dog. I'm not gonna kill that dog. like metaphorically, like like that. Okay, I don't think there's anything else. Yeah, donate. Please donate. We have a goal on the screen. You can see it. This is gonna stay there for the entire month of June. Until the end. We're hoping and crossing our fingers we can get to at least $1,000 and donate all of that. We already have a generous donation from Donday, which I very much appreciate. I'm hoping the donation thing popped up whenever he donated. I'm not sure because I wasn't watching the stream because I was in class. Did that pop up?
Yes, it did pop up. It worked perfectly. We even
Sick.
talked about
Okay.
it.
Awesome. Good. I was hoping that would work. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. If you have any questions about anything, you can shoot me a DM. Oh, one more thing. If you are a streamer or you know someone who is a streamer and they would like to help us raise funds for the charity, then there's a link in the announcements that I also put that will allow you to join the THL team for this charity, and you can use the same assets that we're using, like the donation bar you see at the top of your screen and the donation alert that came up when Donday donated earlier. You can use the same ones, and they all link to our Trevor Project charity fundraiser, so you can help us raise money on your own stream if you would like to do that, or you know someone who might want to be or who might be interested in that. But if that's something you're interested and you need help doing it, let me know. I'm helping someone do it whenever I'm done talking. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. If there's anything else, please, tell me or DM me or something.
Are we still allowed to help out if we're a super inconsistent streamer who sometimes streams once every couple weeks or later than that?
Literally, and
Just asking for a friend.
I cannot stress this enough. Literally, any and all help is appreciated. If you stream one, if you decide I don't ever usually stream, I want to do a one-off special charity stream where I advertise I advertise the donations and the charity and everything throughout the entire stream, and I don't stream again for June. That's fine. If you raise $10, that's $10 more than we had before you started that stream. So, if you decide you want to do that and you need help, you let me know, and I will cut out, 10 minutes out of my day to help you get this set up if that's something you're interested in. But yeah, we're trying to do our best. We want to help. So please let me know if you want to help. Even if you're only going to do a one-off stream in June, I don't care. Any help is help. So yeah, that's fine. That is perfectly fine. You do you.
That is awesome.
Brushy would yell at you, but yes.
Naturally. That is great news. Thank you so much for sharing, Mako, and definitely everybody stay tuned to that. And any and every support is much appreciated. As we move on to the rest of this tournament, we've got up next, I believe, is the match between MMW and Mr. Python.
It is. This is a hot one. This is a semifinal. We have MMW sporting the Druid, Hunter, Paladin, Warrior, which we saw before, versus Python's Paladin, Priest, Warlock, and Warrior.
Priest is banned though, and MMW's Hunter is banned on the other side.
Yeah. This is going to be a good one. I'm going to give them the green light.
Fantastic. Let's jump into it. Very interesting to see Mr. Python on a Warlock. And we'll see if, the Warlock is able to pull out a victory, because it does seem to be maybe the weaker spot in the lineup here. Kind of a low to the ground control warrior though for Python, which is interesting. And then your standard N'Zoth paladin that we've been seeing quite a bit of. Our first
Mhm.
time featuring Mr. Python on stream tonight, and none other than the man himself, Maniac Monday winner, who already
Yeah.
won the previous one,
Now,
is out for another one here.
I'm very scared that this might be a double win because that would be the scariest thing that can happen. It's just knowing that there's a player that's coming just to kill Maniac Mondays. It's just winning every one.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see for sure, but interested to see how this plays out. If the players have the green light, we should have some eyeballs. Looks
Yeah.
like we do. Let's jump
They
into the
just started.
match.
We are jumping into the match right now. This is an interesting one. I noticed that one of them is going with an anti-aggro strategy, or sorry, an anti-control strategy. So we're going to have to see if this can pay off.
All right, so MMW leading with the Paladin, Mr. Python leading with the Warrior.
Makes sense. Both are really, really strong decks for your to bring in your first match, and it's a control warrior, which I don't know if that's super favored into Paladin.
I don't think it is. I think Paladin's pretty favored against most
Yeah.
things in the meta, honestly. Paladin's just still really, really strong right now.
Now, let me ask you, Ron, is that a Death Warden I see?
That is a Death Warden. That is a very interesting tech
Yeah.
that is included in this warrior and could do a lot of work against a Libram Paladin, that
Right?
wants to get those death rattles off. You can set it up to where you drop this on the turn that you clear out minions that are Libram buffed and prevent the trigger so that they don't get any more Librams. It's also not bad as a reasonably statted minion here, but very well navigated so far from Python. Just uses a coin to test
Mm-hmm.
for Yogg, clears up the minions with the minefield, and does not, play enough cards to trigger a horse if it is horse.
Yeah.
MMW just gonna get a little bit of draw with the knight, and hey, there's a Libra of Wisdom.
Yeah. I think you can take this slow and just go War Cash. It's honestly got a pretty good result.
Could have actually gone Death Warden and Shield Slam. Not saying it would have been good, but you could have just blocked one of those Librams right away.
Yes.
All right, MMW just pressing the button. Out comes an Oh My Yogg, sending a little bit of face damage. Not a whole lot to do on the turn. Just,
No.
squeeze in a little bit of pressure where you can find it.
Now you could just go Outrider's Axe. You could even go Reaper's Scythe and try to trigger an Oh My Yogg, assuming that's an Oh My Yogg, which is a pretty good chance.
All right, MMW finding a first day off the top. Cariel is pretty decent here. Able
Yeah.
to get quite a bit of discounts on the hand. Could have waited on the Libram of Wisdom there just to make it 0. But I don't know if
Yeah.
that really would have been all that
Well,
relevant,
that
and
means
you would
you
have had
need
to
to
lose
trade in
a
one of yours. You would
yeah.
lose a
But I
minion.
mean, like, it's not like the 1/1 matters, right? And it's just better
Right.
against Ranker to trade it away.
Right. Now that
Reaper
is
Scythe and a Nitro.
huh?
The Nitro, though, will very fortunately, no matter what, trigger the spell burst
Yeah.
on that scythe, allowing the full clear. Didn't matter what happened to get Yogged here, as we thought was a bulk up. And unfortunately for Mr. Python, there were no taunt minions in hand. And MMW's got basically one of the best cards in this deck with Aldor Trueseeker. Just the discounts are so important. And that is also a very well-statted minion that Python has to deal with. Out
Yeah.
comes the axe, coerces the minion here, and just going to trade into the recruit to draw a card.
Not caring
Um,
about durability this whole match. Just weapon after weapon after weapon.
I wonder how important this Wand Thief is going to turn out to be, because that is quite the high roll off of the first day. We'll see what the options are offered. Evocation. Whoa.
Vocation's good.
That
Really
could get
strong card.
crazy in the late game. And MMW just gonna buff up a little bit, put as much board pressure and presence as possible by pressing the button here. And onus back on Mr. Python. What do you do about this board? Probably has to be the time for Barov.
Yeah, I'm not convinced, but this is fine.
All right, gets the full clear with the Ranker.
Yeah.
And True Seeker again off the top for MMW. Even more discounts now. Sword of the Fallen coming down, thinning the deck, pulling a secret. Gets Sleeper Wisdom here again. Maybe just pressing the button. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. On to the next turn. Studies. And Yogg turns the studies into... Oh.
Revolve. Oh, that's really bad for you.
Well, I mean, it gets rid of the Libram there.
Yeah, your opponent, as the Paladin player, that's the last card you wanted to see.
Yeah, Paladin's pretty unhappy about seeing that Revolve right there. I mean, there have been kind of enough already to juice up Liadrin. It's not bad. Maybe MMW is just going to, play the Horse Secret, swing the weapon. I don't even know if there is another secret in hand. Dump cards completely before Liadrin. Yeah, this seems fine. Okay, does swing pull a secret? I haven't been tracking. Okay, yeah.
No.
Other horse in deck, or there's not, but we've already seen the 2 Yogg. Now I gotta check the list. There was only 1 horse in deck anyway.
Yeah. This execute is also really major. It helps you with clearing with the Death Ward.
Yeah, absolutely. Python just keeps gaining lots of armor and making this very hard for MMW to consistently push more damage. And now Liadrin, one of the biggest power spikes of this deck, has just been played, and has been played from, a point in the game where, MMW is still not really applying much of any pressure. 37 health for Python. And MMW, if the APM was fast enough, would have been able to, buff the recruit enough to kill the Scorpid.
Right.
I don't know if there was enough time to actually
Do everything.
put more things on the Liadrin too, though.
I don't know. This is one of the problems with this deck in Nozstone that we're finding out. We are not Nozstone specialists here, so
Okay,
we're doing
was
our
able to press
best.
the button, but not able to get one of those other Libram Wisdoms off, which means it will be a card burned off the top.
That was an eaten turn.
Yeah, I guess Python pretty much had like no time.
None.
With all those Librams that were being played. Oh, a brutal burn though off the top for MMW. But if this is something that MMW can use to their advantage on every turn, just like Librams constantly being played with their animations after the rope.
Yeah.
In Nozstone, it's kind of like cheating.
Yeah.
You can just deny your opponent's turn because you're eating up their turn with yours. But no, it looks like Python has still their regular allotment of time here.
Right. This time, yes.
And we're going to see more cards burned for MMW. So the next one off the top could also be pretty relevant here. It is huge. Oh, wait, no, they didn't burn it. Oh, I mistracked then.
No.
That would have been huge to burn.
That would have been
Instead, it
huge.
is huge to have. Math is hard. All right, do we swing with the weapon? We do. Knock off
Yeah.
some of this armor. And Python's been so patient with this Death Warden. And,
Right.
we see MMW is being pretty cautious about it as well and not committing stable of
Mhm.
Libram Wisdom into the board here.
Yeah. Now, right now, this means there's only one recruit per turn. There's not much more you can do.
Yeah, now MMW is just kind of starting to run out of gas, and we'll see if he continues to just parcel that out and make 3/3s, or if he wants to beef it up anymore. Yeah, so clearly just playing around the Death Warden as well.
Yeah. But the problem with the 3/3 is that this is a draw for your opponent.
I mean, it does accelerate fatigue,
Yeah.
which could possibly become a factor.
Yeah.
But there is a Kargath in Mr. Python's list, which means prime, which means slower fatigue and also, a lot more armor gain.
Yeah.
And, jammed the Noz on the board, and that's a difficult minion to deal with. MMW had the option of playing Libram of Justice and clearing it, but chose not to. Maybe this is enough. There's only 2 Libram Wisdom left. Is this the time for Death Warden? Looks like it is.
I think this is
Python
fine.
going with it. And, yep, no death rattles triggering here.
Nope.
Funny enough, it actually works against his own Fishy Flyer because of this Reckoning. Not that it
Yeah.
really matters that much. You don't need another 4/3.
Yeah. Now you need to Samuro if you want to have a chance.
I'm sure we see a Samuro come down, unless maybe we're seeing Justice and then Samuro. That would be also fine.
Yeah.
Instead of like the other option was like a Samuro and buff it up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is going to be interesting. MMW still has the lead in board and health and cards.
Yeah. Now, is Mr. Python playing Battledore?
There is no Rattlegore in Python's list. There is a Ysera and there is a Kargath, and that is basically it for the power spikes.
Huh. So no win condition.
Basically, the win condition is, grind out your opponent in fatigue.
I guess.
So here we have MMW gets to knock off the last charges of this bulwark and then start pushing some. Oh, well, okay, that was misordered.
Yeah, that was a
That
bit
was
suboptimal.
only ultimately missed 3 damage, right? Or 2 damage.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Ysera comes down and there's a double buff on Samuro, so maybe the Dream would hit this. Uses Nightmare to test for a counter spell. Dreams, I have to assume Samuro.
Yeah.
There it is. And that's a Plague Maw. I'll just clear it up.
Yeah.
Does
Not a
allow
very-
MMW a decent amount of additional damage on that
Right.
Silverhand Recruit, being a 5/5. Can either try to deal with Ysera or push face damage. And yep, with another Libram Justice in hand, why not? Just
Yeah.
Samuro clear again. Pushing
It's the
more
wrong
damage
target.
face this time. Samuro takes 1 more damage than is necessary. Probably not that big of a deal. But
No.
look at this board compared to what Python can do. And yep, there is a Rancor coming down as expected with a board that wide. That is a ton of armor gain.
Yeah, not too much you can do here. And Now your evocation is one of your
Hey, there's the
last.
Nos, jam the Nos.
Nas out. The Nas is going to be slammed just really quickly.
But I think Python has turned the corner. This looks like it should be enough, and barring a miraculous evocation, Mr. Python has more than enough armor gain and clear an additional value to hang on and take the win in this game. The final card in Mr. Python's deck is Kargath, which means it's going to put a prime in the deck after it dies.
Nice.
And in the meantime, Python finally has board and all of a sudden a massive health advantage, only barely behind in fatigue. But those are two Hand-of-a-Dolls that are going to get really bad fatigue-wise for MMW.
Right.
I guess maybe you play them anyway just to clear out space for Evo on the next turn and draw whatever remains, but I don't see a way that MMW wins from this point.
No, I wouldn't. I kind of feel like at this point you have to just clear the stuff, play Kargath, and just keep going face. You have that spiked wheel now. You're basically playing 1-mana War Axe.
Yep. And it is a 1-mana War Axe that probably is just going face here too. Just send all the damage you can.
Yeah, I like it.
And MMW has two cards that just kill him faster with the Hand-of-a-Dolls. There's a Tendant plus a Libram, get more cards out of hand. And there's the Evo. This is the big play to see if there's any chance. And I mean, that does a lot,
Yeah,
but not nearly enough because deck at Kargath
no.
Prime and there's a minion on the board. So how do you deal with the 10/10 that gains your opponent 10 armor here and clears your one guy? These two Hand-of-a-Dolls aren't doing anything. Yep, and that
No.
ends the game. Mr. Python's warrior gets the victory. No
That's
win con warrior. Doesn't need to have a win con.
wow.
Just armors. And it is a 1-0 lead for Mr. Python. Has Paladin and Warlock remaining.
That is a really scary one. Just the Death Warden put in so much work this match. I think Death Warden is still a really bad card, but it was surprisingly insane.
It's just a really good tech versus Paladin right there.
Yeah, I think it's good into Paladin and it's good into Demon Hunter as well.
It's still so weird to me that Demon Hunter uses Death Rattles now.
Yeah, I thought when I first saw the Death Rattle cards, I honestly thought they were Hunter cards that were just miscolored in my screen. I don't think I understood what was going on.
I'm kind of upset that Hunter didn't get more Death Rattle support. Come
Right?
on, Blizzard. Why you gotta do my boy Rexar like that?
Well, it's a beast. Demon Hunter never got beast, and then it's like, let's give a beast to Demon Hunter that looks like a Hunter card.
All right, on to the next match. Mr. Python queuing up the Warlock. MMW coming in with the Druid. And this is frequently a very tough matchup for the Warlock to win. Especially if Druid can get those early fast starts. Warlock has to pretty much have their board clears and get them early. If they can't find them early, then it spells disaster. And that Yashiraj in hand for Mr. Python in the mull is just horrible.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, look at this hand for MMW.
Right?
Oh, wow. And another Gibber. I mean, it's not good yet, but it's going to be really good really soon.
I mean, we're probably going to see a Fungal Fortune soon, so depending on the draw, this might be time to go in.
I could see this being like the hold back turn because the plan could just be Fungal and then Coin Glowfly.
Yeah.
You do burn a card that way though, right?
You're at... You do burn a card. Do you care? Is it Druid?
Well, this is also fine because now you don't burn a card if you just play this instead here.
Yeah.
Draws the Nos. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think it hurts.
Python just tapping, just trying to find but is completely holding control of the board right now, and that School Spirits is going to be huge to deal with the Glowfly. Coin Glowfly, I assume, is coming down right now,
Yeah.
and that will prompt a School Spirits to clear this up, and Mr. Python gets to keep 2 1/1s on the board and push 2.
Mhm.
Not even
Mm.
that impressive of a Glowfly swarm, though, because
No.
MMW is holding quite a bit of minions in this very minimal minion deck. Literally all of the minions that he runs in this entire deck are in his hand. Go figure.
Yeah. Now, the card that's going to win the match is actually Sociologist Militia. If this gets played by Python, this ends the match on the spot because there's just no way you can come back from that many minions. And it seems like it's going to happen.
Yeah, unfortunately for MMW, this Druid is not finding its Soul of the Forest to
No.
make the board like impossible to remove even through a militia. So the ideal play for Python here would be just to keep as many frags as possible in
Yeah.
deck. And Hysteria is amazing here just to clear up a bunch of minions, play the Soul Shear at the end, put more frags in deck, and line up a perfect militia. And now he's just hoping to not low roll with a ton of frags in a row off the top. MMW
Yeah.
leading with the fungal, it's all you can do. You know you're not discarding anything because you already drew all your minions.
Mhm.
And what else can you do? Thorn Growth and
I mean, you can
Hub?
Pride's Fury if you're afraid of Militia.
Yeah, Prize Fury is pretty solid here, actually. It does line up a lot better into the possible militia turn.
Yeah, it's
But
still not
these are
good
two
because
fives, though, so they don't kill the minions that trade into them. And that is not a top deck soul fragment, which means, yep,
yeah,
full. Wow.
that's just
Well, I mean,
cool.
you said it. You know, militia ends the game, and that's exactly what happened. So,
Yeah,
Maniac Monday winner himself is in a deep hole now, down 0-2 against Mr. Python, and needs to pull off the reverse sweep to keep his back-to-back hopes alive. We will see what he decides to queue into Mr. Python's Paladin. It is the Warrior.
yeah. We are seeing the Rush Warrior versus it's either
And I
Nozstone
don't love
or
Warriors' chances here. This is probably to the same tune of what German Shep did earlier, queuing Priest into Priest, where you just queue your least favored matchup first. This is
yeah,
no, this is an ATHL season match, that is, where there's no like points on the line that matter. The only thing that
right.
matters is whether you win or lose. So there's no reason to drag it out to a game 5
Yeah.
by queuing more favorables faster.
Now this is an early Rokara that can do a lot of stuff. Just the power of that single card.
Yeah, Rokara is quite good. You just jam it on the board here and get your Crab Rider buffed. And this is where that Crab Rider nerf hurts so bad for the
Yes.
Warrior. This could have been a 3/6 that hit face twice and is just a terrifying threat to deal with. Instead, really not that bad.
Yeah.
And Python wisely, I think, lining up the Rikara to die easier to the minion that's on board. We see, though, that
Um.
Rikara will not die
Yeah. I kind of
just
wanted to
yet.
hit on the Crab Rider, not on the Rokara.
Well, I mean, outside of specifically Sword Eater, it
Yes.
gives you a much higher chance, I think, of killing the Rikara on the board. But Python now just going for this Kazakis. Look for
Rush
rush
copy.
copy. Find rush copy. Seems good. And then gonna have to coin to not burn. See what
I
else
don't
the
know
option
why
is.
not a Babbling Book or even a Knight.
Yeah, that does seem like the most surprising choice to play Abusive Sergeant, but you got to keep in mind it is Nas mode, and there's
Oh
a
yeah.
lot of things to think about real fast. and just, throw something out there to get something out there.
Yeah,
MMW really pushing the advantage here, and a rush copy only does so much. It just won't get through. So early Rikara just basically soloed this match, and
yes.
MMW fighting back. That was a fairly unfavorable that the Warrior just kind of ran away with that early board
Just
presence.
Rokara.
Mr. Python
Rokara
couldn't do
early.
anything.
There's nothing you can do into early Rokara a lot of times. It's a strong
Yeah,
card.
if you don't have removal for it, and Paladin that's probably one of its biggest weaknesses, is it doesn't have ways to fight back on early boards if it falls behind, other than that one copy of Broomstick that Python was running that he did not find.
Right.
Here we have a Paladin mirror now in our game 4, and pretty solid hands from both players. I see
Yeah.
Sword and
Mm.
Northwatch. Both players are keeping that.
Mm-hmm. The hammer. This matchup, at least the mirror, Paladin mirrors are typically answered by one and only one thing. Who goes first? Whoever goes first
Yeah.
tends to win. But this is
Yeah,
a
I was
Libram.
about to ask actually, do you ever coin the Sword of the Fallen? But then Aldor Attendant showed up, so the answer is no. You
Yeah,
do
no,
not.
no.
You play the 1/3.
Pretty much.
All right, the secret for Python is Reckoning. We're of course going to see this Sword of the Fallen come out for MMW.
Right.
And pulls an Oh My Yogg, which could prove very valuable. Secret and Northwatch is always coming down, and it's Oh My Yogg right back. Could opt for like a coin Hand of Doll trade kind of thing, or hit weapon and trade, but would be kind of dicey. This
Right.
move is perfectly fine. Just get your own Northwatch down and swing again. So it's Reckoning and Oh My Yogg for both players. That is up right now.
Wow. Now,
Talk about your mirrors.
yeah, we do see there's going to be a Kazaku who's probably into 5-mana rush copy because that's what everyone wants. Divine Shield copy is also pretty good, and that's what we're seeing here.
Second best. I mean, in
Yeah.
some cases better, but situational.
Yeah.
MMW finding the other Northwatch and gets a really nice trade here. Doesn't even mind the Reckoning going off,
No.
honestly, when you already just knocked that down to a 3-1. And Knight of Anointment can come out as well, drawing a card. Going to be a lot easier to deal with the Divine Shield on the Golem as well, if that
Yeah.
happens to be Python's play. That is the major difference in these decks, right? One runs
That's true.
Kazakus and one runs
Well,
Samuro
one of
and
them is
Cariel.
Libra. One is Libra, and the other one is.
Oh, true.
N'Zoth does tend to win because you just can do better stuff than Libra.
That was a very interesting Oh My Yogg there, getting the extra mana. And, I mean, not a lot of time to do it, but very well navigated by MMW.
Yeah.
Clears up a minion, leaves the 5/1 Divine Shield, just kind of saying it's fine for right now, and bust the Northwatch out of range of dying to that Golem.
Right. Now, he is overloaded this turn, so the best he can do kind of get that Samura, but that Samura can't do much.
Yeah, now it's a rough spot for sure. Oh, this changes quite a bit. Abusive Sergeant is actually extremely helpful, as is Libram Wisdom, even more helpful here. And yeah, just play the Homunculus. Huge find from first day of school. Giving Sigil Runner, which drew Libram of Wisdom. If any of those things didn't happen, MMW was in a really bad spot.
Yeah.
Oh,
now,
we got more shenanigans. Illidari Studies finds a Dreadlord's Bite that cleared the board. All right, well, I guess one lucky turn deserves another here.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're having today.
This is getting crazy. All right, so what do? You could You could maybe play
You can go Samuro
Samuro
Leap.
Sergeant, right? That clears everything, and then you just have to face tank. No, it doesn't even clear everything. You still can't kill
No.
that 5 power. I mean, it's like the best thing-ish that you can do, but it might just draw an Alex. Oh, the Nas rears his ugly head.
Now, if there's a spell here, you can basically guarantee the conviction hitting.
So, I mean, the Yogg blocks lethal, right?
Yeah.
Because conviction would be lethal. I think Python has to go for it. He's not going to go for it.
I don't. No. I think you can take your time, play the broom. You don't even
I
necessarily.
guess, though, I'd just be concerned about Libram Paladin healing, like specifically an 8-mana Libram of Hope on turn 8.
True.
Rather than, just take your chances that it's not Yogg.
But are you in that bad of a spot if he does it?
Not really, I guess. But I want to kill my opponent, and there is an opportunity to maybe kill my opponent there if
Sure.
I'm Mr. Python. Obviously, it is Oh My Yogg, so it would have been changed into something else and may still have been a lucky lethal, but not lethal. Instead,
Yeah.
we've got just a whole different game here. We do see the broom enables this 8/8 to get killed, so Mr. Python is not in a ton of trouble himself. But it's looking bad now.
Yeah, it's not
And
looking
Nozstone
great.
pulls what, just one taunt? The 6/6 elemental?
Yeah, it does pull a Nas, so we're happy. But pretty much.
Well, I don't think the Nas matters when your opponent's just pressuring
No,
you.
it doesn't. It matters for us. We're pretty happy.
So here's the Yogg on the Hand of Doll, and it becomes a Libra Wisdom. That's hilarious.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
really good.
And I mean, the Libra Judgment is definitely coming down here. Libra,
Yeah.
get him. And Mr. Python is just about dead.
Yeah, this took a really bad turn. Mr. Python could have risked
But you
it,
have to play Nas. Nas pulls a taunt, but that will not be enough because
No.
these minions can trade and the weapon can go face, and there it is. Mr. Python concedes, and MMW, our Maniac Monday winner, he back against the wall, down to 0, and
Ooh.
just like that, best words in all of Hearthstone, Lotus. It's game 5.
Hey, game 5. Now, this game 5 is really bad for Mr. Python because as a Nozstone Paladin, you have one matchup that you never, ever, ever want to play, and that is Token. The only matchup you just never win. It's so hard to actually get a win against Token. And we're going to see it right now.
Yeah, and it very much hinges on, does Oh My Yogg cancel out an important spell, and
Yeah.
does the Druid draw well early?
And you know what this Druid did that is already a really good sign for the Druid? It's going
Oh,
second.
wow.
The Druid going second is such a big deal.
If they can find any card draw at all to juice up this Glowfly, that was probably the worst possible draw that MMW could have
Yeah,
seen, though, with that Nas early. And
pretty
this is a
much.
great start for Mr. Python.
Yeah, this is really what you're looking to do in this match.
I don't know,
Man Crick is good.
you just say I might have just gone for Coin Bloom Glowfly. No, maybe not. You don't have enough spells. Uses
No.
too much. But yeah, great start for Python here. Just early minion, buff the minion, play the man crick.
Right?
That's a great find, unless you want to just go for the Glowfly now. You'd get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things? Is that right?
I mean,
Or
it's
4
something.
things? Does it count itself? I
It doesn't
forget.
count itself. So
5 things. Okay, Reckoning comes down along with the Northwatch. I mean, Paladin is literally curving perfectly right now.
yes.
It's doing everything it wants to do, and it's still potentially in some trouble.
Yeah. I don't know why that
We
one
will
was played
see.
first.
Just to not use the nature studies discount on it, but it seems like a strange move. Gonna have to go fast here with trades. There's a lot of damage on this board. Oh,
No trades.
so I mean, there's 9 damage on board.
Yeah.
That you could have just died to a conviction right here, right? Conviction and
Yes.
a weapon would have been just game over. But Python now has the opportunity to ignore the board and push face and try to get the lethal. But in such a commanding lead, it makes a lot of sense to just try to clear up the board. I don't know what MMW does.
Yeah, and MMW was just so scared of an oh my god. That card would have been so strong. Now, if you play
Yeah, I
Bog
mean,
Beam, that means you're going to have to ignore the plan to ever go for a Glowflash.
this is looking real brutal for
It is.
MMW. I mean, doesn't even get to clear up the 3-2 that he planned on.
Oh, that's
Leaves
game.
10 on board. Yep, and there's a conviction. So
Wow.
there, I mean, Paladin really didn't want to face this matchup, but Druid did not have the turbo start, and
No.
Paladin, I mean, it literally curved everything exactly how
Yeah.
it wanted, other than a Yogg. But I mean, just the threat of the secrets was enough that, causing MMW to play around Yogg, and there you have it. Mr. Python eliminates MMW, and we are on to the finals.
Yeah, we are on to the finals. Wow, what a game. We are not having MMW win. And I think Mr. Python versus MMW was one of the semis last time. So are we seeing the
Oh,
revenge
wow.
here?
The revenge of Mr. Python. And we do have an update on the other side. We've got Based Ink versus Heat Shock, with Heat Shock taking a 3-1.
Wow.
So the final match will be Heat Shock versus Mr. Python.
This is just such high level. These are two players that I think everyone will argue are around the best CHL players. Like, just really good. And to see the two of them facing each other in the finals is such a great sign. I'm just really excited and just really happy to be here for this one.
We are going a mile a minute here, and it has been a blast so far. And what
Oh,
better
yeah.
way to close it out than two of the premier THL players, Mr. Python, our current crossover player leader, just dominant in every series. And I mean, we can never say enough about Heat Shock and a player of his caliber, just constantly, creating really strong lists and really good play. And it's going to be a thriller for sure. Maybe we're just going to see another game 5. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. This is just. Caliber has been so good this tournament, and just overall, it's been really, really fun. I want to see Game 5. I want to see Nas till the end. To see these players bringing innovation here. We are just FYI. This time I'm going to talk a bit about the decks, so we have a little bit of time. Heatshock is bringing the Death Rattle Demon Hunter, which we don't have a specialist here to talk about anymore, but we had it before. The token, or not token, the Guardian Druid, which we saw earlier, the N'Zoth Paladin, and the very heavy Priest. This is kind of a control targeting lineup versus Mr. Python's, starting with the N'Zoth Paladin as well. The Ticketus Warlock or Control Warlock, the Slow Control Priest, and the Control Warrior. This looks like Heatshock is pretty happy to face it. How are you feeling about this match?
Yeah, I mean, I would say that Heatshock probably wanted to go up against a lineup like this overall. The skill level of both these players is so high that I could still see it going either way, no matter who might be lineup favored. But Heatshock seems to have kind of planned for a matchup like this. The Druid is a nightmare for Python to face. The Paladin does extremely well with the N'Zoth boards and the resiliency that it has, and all the different pressure that it can apply. Demon Hunter does especially well versus Priest, but also demolishes Warlock and just generally doesn't want to face Paladins. And Control Priest, it's only really unhappy. Well, no, strike that. I was going to say it's only really unhappy to face Warlock, but it definitely has some struggles against Warrior too, given that this is a control
Yes.
warrior rather than rush warrior, which it dominates.
Yeah. I think a lot of the question is how much can you hold back the priest? So is Heatshot going to be able to find a win with his priest, or is Mr. Python holding him back enough?
Right. So it also, I don't know, it's a tough call. Like, what do you ban on either side is difficult. Maybe not quite as difficult for Python. Maybe just automatically bans that Druid.
I think it's either the Druid or the Demon. I would not be surprised if Python decides to ban that Death Rattle Demon Hunter. I personally always say ban Nozstone Paladin just because Nozstone Paladin is broken, but that is just me.
I wouldn't hate seeing a N'Zoth Paladin ban from Heat Shock. From Mr. Python, I don't know if you can ban the Paladin. He certainly didn't ban it last time around. Well, it was Libram, but
Yeah.
Tough calls. Tough calls all around.
Yeah. Now we are all set. I'm going to tell them to start whenever they're ready.
Awesome. And it is our final Nozstone match. We'll see who is going to be crowned the new Maniac Mondays champion.
Wow. This was quite a fun tournament. I just want to, before we begin this match, I just want to thank everyone who played. I want to thank Ron for casting with me because this has been so much fun. And thank you to all our viewers. Just as a note, you can sub, and your sub until the end of the month of June is going to be used to support. Now I forgot the name of the foundation, but
The Trevor Project.
Trevor Project. Right. So you can see more in the THL Discord or DM Mako. I'm sure he's happy to talk about that. But your donation or sub is much appreciated.
Absolutely. As we are now in Nozstone Finals waiting room. I'm sure both players catching their breath for a moment with all this fast and furious action, figuring out, what the bans are going to be.
Right. Going to be an
I guess that's the only part of this that isn't fast, right? You can take your time on the bans.
Well, the
and
mulligan.
Kind of.
Like the mulligan
Well, I mean, the
is...
mulligan still has a timer.
Yeah.
But it's not a 15-second. Can you imagine if it was a 15-second mull too?
Oh, wow. Mulling quickly is really hard.
You can mull quick.
And it depends on the deck. Like, you can mull quick on ladder, but when you're thinking for a tournament, I don't know. A lot of people are redeeming Game 5s, though, for the previous game. I'm hoping Game 5s for the finals as well. Let's keep this going.
I had to redeem a Game 5 there, too. Got to do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, we just need this to go as long as we can at this point.
All right.
I
think the players have challenged up now.
Yep.
Let's see if we happen to have a ban update in Battlefy. We do. Hey, it was pretty much how we called it. Mr. Python banned the Druid, and Heatshot banned the N'Zoth Paladin.
Okay. No huge surprises here. I like it.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I think it fits the strategy for both players pretty well. So we will see how it shakes out from here. And do you think we just see Heatshot kind of go with the same strategy as before, save the priest for last, since it might be the toughest one to win with?
I think the other decks have really good matchups here, so I would probably do that if I was on his feet.
Could lead. Demon Hunter seems pretty good into all three.
Yeah, I really like leading Demon Hunter here. I think Demon Hunter was an arguable ban as well. So I think just leading Demon Hunter is completely fine.
Okay, are we good to start? Can we tell the players go ahead?
Oh, I told them to start whenever they're ready.
Oh, okay. Heechok was messaging me.
Oh, then you can just say good to go.
All right,
Nice.
awesome. So we should be underway shortly. We'll wait for those eyeballs to show up. Looks like
Mhm.
I see them. Here we go.
Here we go.
And we have, it is in fact a Demon Hunter lead from Heatshock. It is a Warrior lead from Mr. Python.
Yeah.
Not a great starting hand for Heatshock there. Yeah, just going to full mull. And Mr. Python has a decent one. Didn't need to
Yeah.
toss away much.
Good hand. Now, I actually practiced this matchup against Berserk the other day because we wanted to see if Death Rattle Demon Hunter was actually a viable deck. And this is a miserable matchup for them. It's really hard to do anything here. And basically, the Demon Hunter will have enough to choose.
Yeah, I mean, Inquisitor is such a powerful card.
Yes.
I think it is very funny, though, that Mr. Python already has discovered a Dark Moon Rabbit, which, could be pretty useful.
Yeah. It's a good card to deal with Inquisitor, honestly.
All
Now,
right, so out comes the Tusk Piercer for Heat Shock. Gets one closer to drawing a Death Rattle minion. No surprise. Python just going to jam this Venomous Scorpid. Options. Barricade seems reasonable.
Barricade is a good card. You could just go Eldrachi Hero Power. Drawing that Noz. I mean, although we're hyping Noz here, Noz is an awful draw. You never want to.
I mean, it's just a bad card in every Nas deck. It's just the card that makes the deck fun, but it's
Yeah.
not actually a card
No.
that's ever even good.
No. Very.
All right, and this lined up very nicely into that barricade that Mr. Python found, getting
Yes.
to have the double summon with the Scorpid dying. Heatjock having a little bit of an answer in the Fishy Flyer. Mr. Python, hey, just for fun's sake, could Fishy Flyer right back?
Yeah.
All right, fine. It's probably a better choice, but the Fishy Flyer was funnier.
I agree.
That's okay. We're out here playing to win.
Yes.
I get it.
Now.
All right, so more fishy action going on as the Spectral Flyer clears up this other 2/4. Heatchock
Yeah.
holding back that other Fishy Flyer because it could have additional value. Python, easy clear and draw with the axe. Gets to armor up a little bit, push some damage.
Mm-hmm.
But Heatchock has a great built-in answer with the Fishy, and by holding back this weapon swing here, enables the Inquisitor to just go straight into Faith on turn 8.
Right.
I like the Fishy just being played. There's not really a whole
Yeah.
lot else. I guess you could swing the weapon and re-equip, but you don't really get much out of it. You don't
I
love
think
to
you're
float
fine.
free mana, but I think it's correct here.
Yeah. I agree. Now,
And Mr. Python holds a lot of value. Finds a cutting class, misses out on the weapon because the hand was too full. Warsong
Right.
Outrider, not bad. And Heatshock now can play Inquisitor. Doesn't have to, but it's blocking a skull, and I don't like that it is blocking that skull, so there's
No.
multiple reasons to
I
just
think you just slam
get
it.
this out. Sends the damage, clears the board as well, and Python now down to 16 health, has an easy clear with the minefield.
Right.
Can now play the cutting class and not burn a card. Has 2 mana remaining with this rope burning. The decision is, hey, not bad. Armor and armor.
Yeah.
Right back up to 22 effective health.
That makes a lot of sense. I think at this point, you do want to make sure you have health. With
Oh,
Dark
what a
Speaker,
draw.
yeah, this is
You want to
insane.
play that pretty much as soon as you find it. It is an excellent card to have. Pulls a
Yeah,
rush minion as well. Heatshot can get a little bit more damage going face, and this is a threatening board that Mr. Python has to deal with. And once it is dealt with, also summons more things to deal with.
yeah. The good note is you do have double Rancor.
And yep, and most of the oops there, I mean, there's a lot to do and to think about. Wound up burning a Scorpid off of that. Still trying to clear stuff, running out of time. Gets the Rancor off though, so pretty well navigated overall.
Yeah,
Cleared up a lot of that board, and that was a lot of complicated, difficult things to do in 15 seconds. And Mr. Python left 5 power and gained a bunch of armor. Not bad.
no, but look who's there
Heatshot
just to say
setting up
hello.
this skull. Here's a Nas. Okay, you just use some board clear stuff. Well, here's a powerful minion.
Yeah,
And that's Relentless Pursuit. Not really like that impactful, mainly just to isolate the skull for Outcast.
right.
Out comes the other Ranker to gain more, activates the Coerce. It was already active with the damn. No, wait. Yeah, I mean,
It
it'd
was.
be
It
active either
was.
way.
Now
I mean,
here,
the Ranker, yeah.
there's no real choice. You just
You
swap.
just rip the skull. If you had more time, you may have played studies and then skull, but you just don't have the time to do it.
Right.
Razorboar Flyer will corrupt the Executioner. You could play Executioner as a weapon and swing face.
Yeah,
I like this.
I really like it. Executioner can
Strong
be a
play from
really good
Heatshock.
card.
All right, and there is a huge find for Mr. Python. Really
Yes.
needed that bulwark to try to stop some damage. Gets the clear, gets the bulwark down, and this is going to be 4 individual hits that Heatshock has to send in, which you hate with a 4/2 weapon already up. Almost everything in his
Right.
hand is damage. Selena,
Yeah.
not bad. Gets to
No.
take a look at the hand and toss the thing he wants to see the least. Definitely the Ysera. Philosophy, I think you want to take and hold for Inquisitor. Really
Yeah,
nice
I
find.
agree.
And
I think
that's
it just goes down.
5 wasted damage. I mean, you have to do it, but it still feels awful to
Feels
send that
good.
right into the bulwark to knock off a charge. Here comes the rabbit. Wait, did Heatshock get to see the rabbit? He probably shouldn't have played Bladed Lady if he saw the rabbit.
I don't
I
think
don't
he
know. There's
did.
a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, I don't think
So
he
out
did
comes
though.
the other Bladed Lady. There's still in the bottom 7, we have an Inquisitor remaining in Heatshock's deck. This Kargath could be huge to find a Prime later, which might help do enough to stabilize. Heatshock's still got 2 turns to knock down this Bulwark's charges away.
Right. Ooh, that's a skull.
You rip it.
Yeah.
There's a cheap Inquisitor. That could be very nice to combo. You could actually play that um, on the same turn as the other one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I love even the Chaos Strike here. I feel like I want every bit of damage
I
to
agree.
go into this warrior. I think I would have preferred to see just a hero power rather than the Chaos Strike, but and also equipped that Warblades before knocking off the last charge. I don't know. I don't think we
Mm,
want to do that, but here we go. Heatshock is just going in with double Inquisitor right now. Is that the move, or just doing a single one?
I think the argument is that you're going with a single one, so next turn you can just equip the new weapon and do so much damage.
Ton. So it's going to be very hard still for Python to find a way to stabilize here. Obviously, gets
Yeah.
to hit Bladestorm, play the Shield Maiden, press the button. Uh, a lot of health still.
Yeah. Is that
Right
enough
back
to
and
win?
effectively full. But Heatshock just has a hand full of damage. I haven't
Yeah.
counted, so we'll just find out.
I
There's
don't
nothing
think
to do but just throw it all face. And hope that your opponent doesn't have Kargath Prime if you don't have lethal. It can't be lethal though, right? It's not
it's
enough.
not lethal, but it's setting up for next turn. You deal so much, and you still have 2 turns with this weapon. Your
Yeah,
opponent needs
and
something.
Python has to actually clear the Inquisitors, so it comes down to draw. Yep, he did not draw Kargath Prime,
No,
so loses the game.
he needed something, and that's the thing with the Demon Hunter. You just have
There it is.
so many threats.
I mean, Demon Hunter basically completely exhausted its entire deck to try to kill that warrior, but at the end just
Yeah,
had so much damage that it got there. It is interesting to note that if Heatshock did not generate a philosophy, probably wouldn't have found the win. And Python still could have won if he had just found the Kargath Prime. Granted, it wasn't the
right.
highest likelihood of happening, but that warrior certainly has some game.
Oh yeah,
As it stands, the Demon Hunter is up 1-0. Heatshock's Demon Hunter is through down to the Paladin and the Priest, and as expected, is queuing up Paladin next to save Priest for last. Python queuing up this Warlock. I like this move with Paladin and Priest remaining. There's an off chance you catch the Priest, but also just, it's fine against Paladin
hmm
ish. I don't know if it's that fine against N'Zoth Paladin. It's fine against other Paladins.
it doesn't actually beat N'Zoth. No, the only way you win is if you have the broken card in Warlock, which is actually Militia.
Yeah, big militia board is pretty huge.
Yeah,
Was a game
it's
winner for Python in the semis.
right. It's just so hard to deal with a Militia board.
So great start for Heatshock here. Able to get the Divine Shield taunt minion early, soaks up a hit, finds the Hand of Adal to buff it and draw.
Yeah,
Mr. Python right back. I mean, basically the best draws that he can find for early
right.
game playable minions to contest board. He runs like 4 total, and he found 2 of them. Not bad.
No,
But
not bad at all.
even better, once again, on Heatshock's side of things. Knight of Anointment pulls Hand of Adal, play the Hand of Adal, draw more, keep cycling through threats in your deck. Python just has to tap to dig for more stuff. And some heal in a perfectly fine position as of right now. But
Mhm.
Heatshock has play Omayog, play Northwatch Commander, and that's really good.
Yeah, and next turn you can just coin weapon. That weapon will hit face 3 times. That's a lot.
Yeah, weapon is really strong here, and there's the militia, but not a way to put a whole bunch of frags in deck yet.
No.
Just has to play the on curve-ish fire breather as like an okay card. Here
Yeah,
comes the weapon. Weapon gets to knock out that 4/3, push a little bit more damage, 3/2 and a 6/6 on the board.
right.
And Heatshock doesn't. I mean, Python doesn't have a very good way to deal with this.
No.
Do you just play fire breather again? Do you tap first and take more damage and put yourself in a more dangerous range? Yeah, I mean, you basically have to, right? Tap fire breather, you clear up
Yeah,
1. It trades nicely into the minion, except for the fact that, oh yeah, there's a weapon that has exactly enough attack power to kill your minion again. And now
right.
Heatshock can flood, which looks excellent. He could even play Forager Sigil Runner.
Yeah, and there's a Oh My Yogg set.
Lex. I mean, you don't have to keep drawing. It's really fine. And
No.
Murger maybe is just better here. Oh, and brutal draw for Python if he
Right.
wanted to play Militia. I mean, it wouldn't have been good enough, I guess. But yeah, it doesn't look great. Hysteria should be okay here.
And not as
Kind
good
of
as you
got the
wanted.
worst outcome. Yeah.
Now the conviction kills you. Just double conviction. That's
Yeah.
2 fireballs for 1.
Yeah, just a really disgustingly strong card. And
Yes.
N'Zoth Paladin it drew well early. It applied a ton of pressure, had just a
Yep.
handful of cards for more damage, and Warlock was just trying to keep its head afloat all game and just could not find any way to stabilize. And that is a very quick 2-0 lead for Heatshock. in a similar position now to the last time we spectated his match. Priest
Right.
has 3 chances to find a win, including a Priest mirror. Do we see Python queue up Priest and say, let's just get it over with, Priest versus Priest now? Nope,
No.
he's taking the points approach, or the grind your opponent down mentally. I'm going to make you play this game 5 because I'm
Yeah.
queuing favorables first before we do the Priest mirror.
Or send Lotus and Ron some love and make it go to game 5.
Best words. Gotta give us another chance to say it one more time.
Yes. Now, is Cthulhu enough to actually change this matchup a little bit?
I don't think so. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
your opponent plays and Jiraxis, and those cards beat you.
Yeah.
And there's one of them.
Yeah. Now, the
Solid
goal-
start for Python. Heat shock, yeah. Which thing do I heal before I end the turn? Nice. Love the emotes here.
Mhm.
Both players knowing that Heat shock is in very, very much trouble already because just
Yeah.
the classes into each other. Nothing
Just-
to do.
No. You just wait until you basically lose this match. Unless your opponent gets really
yeah.
unlucky. Which he didn't.
Oh,
That's the card.
Yeah, Python has everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
He literally just has everything already. There's even a Soul Shear and a Lucky Soul in hand to make this Militia that comes down on 7 actually quite good. You could even coin the Militia on 6.
Yeah. And the
Just
militia the soul shards don't actually matter here. That's
playing
the
the
truth.
Fire Breather just to get a card out of hand. Heat Shock does have the opportunity to generate some and have a strong minion with Mage
Sure.
Scribe, but I
Doesn't
mean,
really matter.
yeah, well, I guess the main reason to play the Fire Breather was probably to corrupt the Lucky Soul just to draw more to see if you can find Jiraxis faster. Because Lucky Soul comes down and draws, you want less frags, so you order this way first. Then the Soul Fear hits, you have more frags in deck for Militia. You set up the coin Militia on the next turn and just hope that you don't draw frags, so you summon 4 Rushers. And on Heat Shock's side, you know, what can you do really? That's a good draw.
I mean, you can cycle
Like, you
split
can
or
clear up a
something.
minion and you can maybe split your guy too, yeah. Not
Yeah.
anymore, because the draw was better. Heal, discover, trade. Soulmir's good. Missed the
Not
heal
enough
of his
time.
minion there to make it a 4/8, just not enough time. And
Nope.
it is pretty relevant. It
Yeah.
would have eaten up an additional, what, 2? No. It would have eaten up an additional 1 soul. 3/3. So not that relevant, I guess.
Yeah,
Soulmir always comes down to answer the Militia, right?
the problem with the soul mirror here, I like it, but the issue is just that now your raised dead is awful.
True. Yeah, I mean, I guess you have enough. I do like the setup. That's fair. Ticketus is always coming down here, though, I would expect.
Oh,
Python does the clear, pushes a little bit of damage, plays the important card that is
Yep.
going to be part of the way to win the game.
and Cthulhu is not active. It's not
There's
happening.
a bunch of burns.
Now, there's a chance here. Here's something we didn't think of. What if you raise dead Ticketus?
Well, that is one of the ways Priest can maybe steal a victory, and definitely a very good use of Soul Mirror from Heat Shock there. Also using the real one, not the discovered one, to
Right.
conceal the information that he has the other Soul Mirror as another potential answer. The rest of the turns for Mr. Python don't really matter too much, other than just eventually playing Yasharash for the additional Ticketus and Jiraxis, and he's found those 2 cards too. So he's
Yeah.
doing actually every perfect thing that Warlock can do on curve.
Pretty much.
Although you kind of hate seeing a 9/9 and leaving it up.
I think
Do you
you
still
don't
jam
care.
the Jiraxis anyway?
Yeah. You're fine.
You could Nether and drop a couple taunts maybe you just play a taunt alongside Jiraxis so
Eh,
the 9/9 doesn't smack your face.
I kind of don't hate that it smacks your face, honestly. Do you care about
Yeah,
9 health?
I don't love losing the strongman, but I mean, I don't know.
Like, your next play is
There's a lot
Nether.
to.
Nether goes with your hero power so
Okay, so
well.
Heatshot goes to palm reading, finds a raised dead. Okay, we've got a few options to find that that
Yeah,
Ticketus. This is really strong. These are gigantic minions,
right.
but at the same time, it
Doesn't
doesn't
matter.
matter
No.
because that's a cascading disaster in Mr. Python's hand. So you can just clear this up pretty easily. Also is a card that you get back from Yashiraj when you play it. Here's a
Mm-hmm.
6/6, and Heatshot just has to deal with a 6/6 every turn. He's got 9 cards in hand now. Do you have to lead Well, okay, the game is telling you to play Raised Dead with the top deck.
Yes.
Play Raised Dead. Try to find a Ticketus. You didn't find it? Uh-oh.
No. You still have 2 raised deads to try it, but the next one
Play a
is going to
Nos,
be
sure.
hardest.
But you have to play a card too, because your hand goes up to 10 with the draw. Here comes
Right.
Mr. Python with Drain Soul, Soul Shear. So using nothing in the way of damage that could go face to actually clear the minion on the board, pushing 9
Right.
damage, getting another 6/6 on the board. And, just textbook case of how miserable this is for Priest. Oh my
Yeah.
god, there's so many raised dead.
So
I mean,
many.
it's not like Ticketus actually even wins it for you anyway.
No, you
Heatshock
probably
is
still lose.
holding the cards that like give Priest a chance in this matchup.
Yeah.
Mainly like raised deads and shadow form as like one of the ways to get there, but it's still just not even close to enough.
No.
Python not even bothering with the Yashiraj and the Ticketus here.
Yeah.
There's 13 cards. He doesn't need to burn 5 right now. Here's a Blackwing and Apotheosis. Heatshot getting up a whole bunch of health again. Gets to raise dead and look some more for
Nope.
Ticketus. Still no Ticketus. A
There's an
lot
Azoth,
of
though.
militia. That is
Azoth did come back.
really terrible. My god, these raised deads have been so bad for
Yeah.
Heatshock. You
Yeah.
would think that multiple militias died for him. No, it's just one.
No.
Just one. Just horrible RNG to go along with your horrible matchup. That, Warlock drew an actual charged up militia on coin for turn 6, followed by
Yeah.
a turn 7 corrupted Ticketus and a turn 9 Jiraxis, and just holding Yashiraj all game for the opportune moment. There's just no way Priest wins.
Nope.
Still
That's
no.
an
Oh wait,
Inferno.
yeah, still no Ticketus. I
No
did see a
Ticketus.
6-mana demon for a second. Yeah,
Yep.
he knows it. It's just there's no chance. Don't
No.
rack your brain with this one. It's too much. Just get out of there.
Yeah, the Warlock
Warlock
is...
always wins.
You just cannot beat this matchup. It's
So
so
Mr.
hard.
Python getting that victory to get back on track here. The much needed 1 win to stave off being eliminated. On to game 4. Are we going to see the Priest Mirror last? We are going to see the Priest Mirror last.
Yep.
Python wants to give us a game 5.
Yeah. Now, Control Warrior is usually favored into Priest, but this is Cthulhu Priest. Does that change anything?
It probably does a little bit. I
Right?
don't know the stats, but I couldn't imagine that Cthulhu would be bad in this instance for the priest, and should give priests an actual, like, real win condition to take
Yeah.
this matchup.
Yeah, I think this is actually more favored to the Priest than I would actually think, just because of that Cthulhu.
Maybe we're about a coin flip, but this is
Yeah.
just a kind of matchup that I don't have enough experience playing to know.
Right. Where's Mako so I can call him a specialist in this matchup as well?
Nice.
I kind of like Pearl Tusk in this matchup. It's not that hard to corrupt.
Rabbit could be okay too.
Yeah.
Just take Rabbit every time, easy.
That's how you win a tournament.
All right, and thrilling stuff as the
Yeah.
players are pressing the button now.
I'm really going to be surprised if this tournament boils down to a priest mirror.
Do you take a
It's
Ruin
just-
here? I mean, Fortitude is good. I don't know.
Um,
Ruin could clear up like a Kargath and something
yeah,
that is just my
I
reasoning. Like
agree.
maybe you need Death for a Shield Maiden early. I mean,
This is
Fortitude is a good
Nozstone.
card.
In Nozstone, you can't really do setback stuff. And you can
True.
try to, but is it
Hey,
good?
there's another Scorpid. Find a Raised Dead and get Scorpids for days.
Yeah.
All these cards are good.
Yeah, Gift of Luminous means you can go become Rally Priest. But Soul Mirror is always a good card.
All right, out comes another swing, clearing up the Scorpid. We're just Scorpid gamers.
Yes.
Heatshock plays Scorpid. Python kills it. Heatshock plays Scorpid. Python kills it. Python plays Scorpid. Oh god. Heatshock top decks Raised Dead plays Scorpid. I called it. Do it. Do it.
Just get another Scorpid,
We're
please.
Scorpid gamers here. Come on, man.
Heyo!
Oh, this is so ridiculous. I can't believe it. I mean, I can, but oh my god. All right,
So
then
many
what? You play the Wand
Scorpions.
Maker? Doesn't even
Nope.
play anything there.
I kind of like the One Maker there. I don't think he's
I
used
mean, I
fast
liked it
yet.
better than floating 2 mana and not putting a minion on board. I
Yeah.
don't know. Scorpid trades into Scorpid rather than the last weapon swing. I wonder why that is.
I think he's starting to think about fatigue.
Maybe it was a Hysteria play too.
Could also be. Yeah.
Just like doesn't want his own Scorpid to be used against him with Hysteria to kill the 5/5, which makes sense.
Right.
All right, and Scorpid again. I'm starting to lose track of how many Scorpids I've seen. It's just all Scorpids.
I think we saw 4, 5, 5. We saw 5.
Yes, 5 total. You're right, because Heatshock has played 4 of them, and
Yes.
Python has played 1. Finds Broom, solid. Death Warden, not really doing much of anything
No.
here. Just a 3 mana 2/5. Just gonna throw it out on the board.
It's not bad. I mean, it's still a card. Just a good
And
body.
Wand Maker palm reading.
Yeah.
See what the options are.
Smite. Setting up
Yeah,
for
they
a
seem
setback
okay.
turn. We're going to see Rally Priest.
I guess so. Heatshock's gonna have to go fast. That flash heal, of course, used just to
Yeah.
avoid burning a card. Mr. Python finds the other armor for days. Presses the button for more armor. And, as is common with a lot of control versus control matchups, these players are trying to play as few cards as possible, except for this turn because, hey, the cards you play give you more cards, so you just keep playing those
Yeah.
cards.
And a lot of them might be free. They might be cheap. Just ends up being that you can make some really big minions like
Wow,
this.
stuff that keeps generating fortitudes, which is pretty funny. And there's just not nearly enough time
No.
for Heatshock to pull off every action that he could here, but he got a decent amount in.
He did. Did he skip his opponent's turn?
Now it looks like Python's got his full regular turn here. We
Okay.
always knew that no matter how big Veil Weaver got, it was always dying very easily because Control Warrior does control things.
Yeah.
Has a lot of Bladestorm things there. And then Shield Maiden comes down, and Python is at 51 armor. Okay, then. Raised Dead, Scorpids, Infinite Scorpids. Mav Cthulhu is probably fine. Yeah.
Probably
You
correct.
can
Just
play
for the-
that Brightwing too, use your Dragon discount and get a random legendary.
Yeah.
And oh my god.
Oh god,
That's
it's actually
really good. Speaking of Kargath, out comes Kargath on Mr. Python's side. I mean, what better way to answer a Kargath than play a Kargath, right? Just for
I
the
think. I also
the
think there's a
funny.
good chance of just Soul Mirror.
Yeah. Soul Mirror is excellent. Just get another prime in your
Yeah.
deck.
I think you're fine just going
You
Soul
can
Mirror.
actually out prime your opponent. Yeah, and I like it. It was a generated Soul Mirror anyway.
Yeah.
This is kind of looking pretty favorable for Heat Shock, I gotta say.
Right? I'm feeling the same way. I don't know if I'm not seeing something, but this is looking really good. We also know something here. Mr. Python plays no Rattle Boomer. There's no real win condition.
Yeah. And like the priest has an actual win condition. I don't know if Python really has any realistic shot if
No.
Heat Shock plays this right.
I mean, the objective, I think, for Python here is just to win because Cthulhu doesn't matter and you have like
That's another
100
Ysera.
lives.
There's just absurd value going on in this game.
Yes.
Yeah, and Heat Shock meanwhile is just progressing those Cthulhu pieces. That's 2 of them.
Yeah.
Gets a little bit of damage pushed because, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Okay, out comes a minefield.
And that's another Kargath.
Mr. Python, 13 cards in deck, 1 prime in deck. Heat Shock, 19 cards in deck, with another one that he will put in deck too, with the Cthulhu, and 2 Kargath primes in deck. Also, Scorpid number 5,
Yeah.
another Soul Mirror. Oh my god. Oh, I.
This is a match.
Shenanigans, Lotus.
Yes.
Full shenanigans.
Full on.
All right. Well, there's the prime for all the good it's going to do. Go ahead and gain an extra 10 armor. It won't matter.
No.
And, you can shield slam the Scorpid or punch the Scorpid and
Draw?
draw, but draw gets you closer to fatigue and burns a card. Or, you
Yeah.
throw out a broom. Broom's not really all that valuable anyway. Heat Shock could hilariously play a Soul Mirror. It's not actually good, but it would be really funny to
No.
me to see Prime kill Prime and gain more armor for Heat Shock.
There's going to
This
be
is
a
a much
lot
better
of prime.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I just wanted to see a funny play.
oh, yeah.
But yep,
And
there's another Blade Storm.
speaking of Prime, Ron, I just want to remind everyone that you can sub with Twitch Prime for free.
Oh, what a legend!
Of course, I was doing it at some point during the night.
Naturally, yes.
Helpless is one of the worst ones.
Fine. Yeah, I mean, you don't really care about the extra draw at this point, getting you closer to fatigue. Not when your opponent is so much closer to fatigue than you are.
Yeah.
If anything, it just gets you closer to your Cthulhu, which I suppose you're generally kind of okay with. And now Heatchalk just wants to not burn cards,
Right.
right? Renew doesn't really matter at this point. Using it on face rather than the minion for generation.
Yeah.
Okay, just throw in renews. Finds a useful spell finally in death. And yeah, at this point, it's just about grinding him out. You just wait out your opponent if you're Heat Shock. Go ahead, play a card or burn one. What's that card? Let me answer it. Okay. Answer it, end my turn. Okay, now you have to play another card or burn one. Let me answer that. Play one card, pass.
This is
Heal
going
face,
to take a
heal
while.
face and emote. No heal face and emote. Okay.
No.
And now what? Play a card or burn one. What do you do? And gradually, Mr. Python will just run out of things to do. And Heatchalk is going to cruise to a win here. He's got just everything.
Yeah,
He's got,
also
a 0 mana
cards
death
ahead.
in hand, a 5 mana Soul Mirror, a 7 mana Soul Mirror, way ahead in fatigue, 2 Kargath Primes in deck, a Cthulhu win condition, double Ysera in hand. a Hysteria.
Yeah.
It's just it seems so unwinnable.
It's so
Mr.
rough.
Python with his 72 health is going to get demolished in this game. It is
Yeah.
absurd to watch.
I mean, it's all about that Cthulhu. I just want to note how major it is right now. Also, the fact that Python chose to draw without Right as X. But usually, you're not really in the range where you can do anything against a priest or against a warrior.
Yeah, and Python now just continually burning cards. But I do like that he held on to the Blade Storm. It was definitely something that could be very useful to answer.
Yeah,
Gets to play a card now and not burn off the top for the next turn.
and
There's a
there's Scribe.
prime for
Yeah.
Heat Shock. Yeah, Samuro is totally irrelevant now.
Yep.
Heat Shock's just dumping some cards that don't matter to
Yeah,
make a little bit more space. I like it.
and he's willing to dump his whole hand if need be.
Minefield enables Mr. Python to play a card that, doesn't require burning the next top deck. Okay. Heat Shock has the opportunity to just full pass because there's nothing to do here. And Mr. Python will then be forced to play or burn on the next turn.
Hmm.
You got 2 Kargath Primes anyway, so if Python does
Yeah,
basically nothing, maybe you just jam a Prime
you
and
could also
force
jump a
the
prime and
answer.
death.
It just gets answered by something from Python, so I
Yeah,
don't know
but you
what.
could also just death it yourself, so you have more turns without playing anything.
Yeah, I think you'd rather keep your death. I mean, you know what cards Python has, so you know it's going to get coerced probably. But are there even any other minions left? Okay, sure. Coerce, shield slammed, whatever. There's lots of options.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a Scorpion somewhere.
There's a Mage Scribe. Okay, just play the Mage Scribe, heal face, easy. And Python's getting real close to that fatigue point.
Oh, there's a
Surprising
Scorpion.
Heatshock still hasn't found that Cthulhu. Scorpion
Right.
generates coerce. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Clear the minion. This gives Heatshock the opportunity finally to play something that can answer this card. Yeah, and just, you know, not much use for Soul Mirror anymore.
Right.
Minions remaining. Python is down to just hoping his 84 health will eventually win him this game.
This is
What
the
a
slowest Nas
crazy,
game.
the absolute, yeah, the slowest Nas game that you could possibly imagine. But I don't think there's any way Heatshock loses.
Yeah, no, I think it really is looking to go Heatshock's way.
Even when he gets close to dying, you can just play Apotheosis.
Wait, is CMAC in chat? If CMAC is in chat, I do ask for his professional control warrior opinion.
There's the Heart of Cthulhu. That puts the Cthulhu in the deck, and now it's just
Right.
about waiting until Cthulhu deals 30, and Python's taking that 2 damage each turn. Cthulhu so easily answers the Bulwark as well.
Right.
Yeah, what can you do but just swing face and press the button? There is a Ethera. I mean, eventually that Ethera will come down.
Yeah.
I actually forgot about that from earlier, but that
True.
is the actual last minion that Python has, and Heatshock would probably just save Prime for it. Although it doesn't die directly to Prime, he still needs a little bit more. Ranker gaining 0 armor. Clears out space for War Cache. There's another minion, a bumper car. Commencement, an absolutely terrible generated spell. Reaper Scythe. It's okay, it's damage.
Yeah, the side is a decent
But
card here.
now Heatshock finally has a minion survive the board as well.
Ooh.
Oh, and those are really good finds. I
Yeah.
was tempted to take Alex, but Proto Drake is a sticky minion that's tough to deal with.
Yeah.
Heatshock just going for this Apotheosis now, gets another card out of hand, and gets to heal up to basically full again.
Right.
there's the Scythe and Coerce, pushing face. And there's going to be a really tough to deal with minion with that Proto Drake on the board now. Heat Shock right back at 27. Python still fatiguing. Heat Shock not in fatigue yet.
Nope. And there's still time.
Out comes a bumper car and a brawl. Yeah. You take your 50-50. You win the 50-50.
Yep. Gotta be
Hey,
good.
it's Noz. Oh, that's cool. Oh, bye, Noz.
He shows up as many times as he can.
Good to
through
see
the
you again
journey.
real quick. But, you know, this minion, crucially,
Ooh.
leaves behind something for Kargath Prime to hit, which
That's true.
know for certain Heat Shock wants to do. Smack into that, gain 10 armor, heal again. Python is oh so very, very... Out comes the Dark Moon Rider and Brawl, or Double Rider and Brawl. Yeah, okay,
think
so
Double
going
Rider.
for... if Kargath wins, you play the Bulwark, I guess. Kargath does not win, so you can keep holding it back. Heat Shock probably not going to wait any longer on this Cthulhu and just rip it now.
No. It's just fine.
Mainly because you just don't have any other cards in your hand that you can play without burning your final
Now-
card.
The only issue of playing this is that you now don't have a great way to deal with the Bulwark. And the Bulwark is 3 turns of fatigue.
Yeah, but you're fine.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what is... Ysera can't dream this.
No.
Unless, you know, Mr. Python just wants to lose in a fancy way.
True.
Does Stolmir do enough to get through it? Oh, okay. Just doesn't matter. You don't have to clear the minion. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you got to play the Bulwark or you're just going to die to fatigue, so it buys you time, but it doesn't buy you nearly enough time. Like we've been saying for a very long time here, Mr. Python is very dead and gets unlucky on the Brawl as well here.
Yeah.
Cthulhu gets to continually push face damage. Mr. Python is about to take 9 on the next turn. This Cthulhu represents 6. If Heat Shock played Ysera, it would represent 10. So that's exact lethal. And now it is finally game over. Heat Shock will win our Nozstone tournament.
Yeah. Wow. This was a really good match. Just, I don't understand the no-win condition warrior, but the Cthulhu Priest does get through.
I mean, it
And-
carried Python all the way to this point, but right at the end there, I mean, and we saw it could have won in other circumstances, but Heat Shock just had an absurd amount of value generation and resources and just everything Priest could want. Very well
Yeah.
done. Well played.
Well played by Heat Shock. This was such an insane tournament. Shall we get Heat Shock for an interview?
Yeah, let's see if he can join us.
Yeah.
And I mean, what would you expect? A crazy style of play like this tournament, and deck builder extraordinaire, lineup builder extraordinaire, Heat Shock taking it down in stylish
Yeah.
fashion.
It definitely deserved from someone who's that good at building decks and just talking about these kinds of things. I mean, Heat Shock really deserves this win, and I don't think it surprises anyone that this is the result.
Nope. Although, I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised if Python won. I wouldn't have been surprised if MMW won. I wouldn't have
No,
been surprised
if
if
Base
Base won.
won.
You know, like there were an unbelievably insane amount
Yeah.
of strong players in this one.
This was a very stacked tournament. Just overall, really, really crazy.
Here, I added Heat Shock to the group. Let's see if we can get him
Perfect.
in. Hey, there he is, man of the moment. Congratulations.
Thank you. It was quite the journey. I think I was definitely closest to losing the first 2 rounds, and then from there it just got easier. So
Nice. How does it feel? So I want to ask you, how did it feel to play such quick game of Hearthstone for so long?
To be honest, this was the first time I'd ever played Speedstone. Like I'd ever even played Nas in a deck was
Wow.
my first match against Herman Shep.
That's
But
incredible.
it was all uphill from there. Once I figured out how long Discover animations take and stopped roping
Yeah.
out turns, that really helps me. But there was a lot
Fair
of
enough.
hard target priest in this tournament, and I just had like almost the greediest priest you can have, basically, except for maybe South Sea Scoundrels. So I think
Mhm.
that saved me several times from getting my priest demolished.
Sure. Yeah, I
Yeah, I
wanted to
mean,
ask.
the final win was just unreal. But go ahead, Lotus.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that game. Did you build your priest with something like Control Warrior in mind, and was that how you expected the game to play?
Yeah, I mean, I talked with before my match. We were all the Washi people who played in the Speedstone Cup are in Discord, like all like 5 or 6 of us, and we were just talking in there, and we're like, yeah, this warrior has no win condition, so it shouldn't even be a problem to beat it, especially with
Mhm.
how greedy my priest is with Cthulhu.
Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't have Cthulhu, he might have won. Maybe if there's an extra 30 health, I'm not even sure. Probably because
I mean,
the 5 fatigue on top of that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you don't win if you don't have Cthulhu.
But yeah, I I almost died to German Shep's weapon rogue, and that would have been
Yeah.
it. If he'd found the,
yeah,
I would have
that
lost
was
round one.
really that was really, really close. And
Yeah.
I
And if
actually think that that was like a crucial moment. Your priest versus Shep's priest. You almost had the 3-0, and it looked like you had the opportunity to push your advantage and win. And I mean, honestly, if he doesn't have Ilusha stealing your Shadow or Death, you probably just win easily. But there moments that were just really complicated turns that looked like you could have swung it in your favor and had a couple missteps, and the game just completely got away from you.
I think I'm a really good control priest player, like one of the best in THL, I'd say. But I need my time, and I need to be hand tracking and
Yes.
everything, and I just
That
could
is the
not keep.
problem.
And plus, I kept roping out. Like if I had stolen both of his scoundrels, it would have been so much better because I would have given myself 2 cards, and then I would have had both of them in my res pool, and he couldn't have any. But it just, I don't know. I definitely didn't know how long the scoundrel animation was going to take.
Mhm.
And then MMW, if he'd won the semifinals, I think he would have beaten me because his lineup. The way the lineups worked is I would beat Valdis if we played, but MMW would beat me. I think
Mhm.
because we all brought different things to this.
Sure.
So,
Now,
Yeah, MMW's lineup was a very strong one, and it looked like he was in a lot of trouble against Python, and then he flipped it around with like winning an unfavorable, and then had a highly favorable into game 5, and then that one just went so south for him. It was really fascinating to watch how a lot of these matchups played out, and how much Nozstone specifically influenced like different matchup spreads.
yeah, well, it kills mage, right? And it kills combo DH. And
and
with that
Rogue.
in mind,
It
yeah,
kind of
and rogue.
killed Weapon Rogue too. I mean, I don't think
Yeah,
Shep loses if he has more time.
probably not. But
No.
because of that, the control decks just get so much better. And I think everyone knew that, and that's why I brought Death Rattle Demon Hunter just to
Yeah.
beat control decks and to Clown Druid. And I think
Yeah.
both of those, neither of them really lost ever. I don't think. I think Death Rattle lost one game, but they were both insane for me.
Yeah. I do want to ask you, why did you not bring spell damage mage though?
It's too much APM.
Sure.
The refreshing spring. I mean, I actually don't know because I never actually played Nozstone before I played Shep. That was my first time, so I don't know how long the
I
rope
mean,
would have
yeah.
been. But I was pretty sure that I can't do like refreshing spring water turns in 90 seconds.
Sure.
You do also have the specific horrible anti-synergy of, no minion mage and Nas in your deck, making it
Oh,
minion mage.
oh, well, I would have played Wildfire Mage with Cthulhu in it if I was trying to like
Oh,
hard
nice.
target. Like, cause I had a quadruple Cthulhu lineup that I almost brought. I was really close to bringing it, but I wasn't confident I could do the control turns correctly in 90 seconds. And I mean, Druid is easy to do in 90 seconds, and so is Paladin and Demon Hunter. So
Yeah.
I ended up going for that. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that
Oh, I
the
just have to
Porcupine
tell you,
lineup
by
would
the
have been
way,
interesting.
that would have been shades of Hockey Boys in a different way. But
Mhm.
to tell you, I'm very proud of a specific moment. I called the multiple Scorpids. I called out the top decked Raised Dead right before you top decked the Raised Dead and got more Scorpid. It was so absurd. You played like 5, 6 something Scorpids in that game.
There's so
in the
many
final one.
Scorpids.
The thing about Priest in slower matchups is the worst thing you can possibly ever raise dead is a wand maker. So you just never want to play it if you can avoid it. Like I think I threw them in every mulligan against control decks.
I did not know that, so that explains
Huh.
the point when you had 2 mana and you floated it rather than play a wand maker.
Because I wanted to make sure I get like the raised deads, because wand maker is usually good. It can get draconic studies, it can get renew, but half the time it's like does nothing. It's
Yeah.
a 2/2, and you
It
just
like
really
gives
can't
you
afford that.
smites, and smites are useless.
Yeah. And speaking of raised dead, that warlock game, if those 3 sociologists had
Right.
been
Yeah,
anything
we
else,
saw that.
like there was the exact chance to get Ticketus and sociologist, and I got 3
You
sociologists.
were never winning anyway. He
No,
had like
no.
everything. He was holding Yashiraj like from turn 1. He was holding Yashiraj.
If I got 3 Ticketus, I think I would have
So
had that one.
No, if
I'm
you
just
had
saying.
3 tickets, there was a chance. But
I
I mean,
also
but you
honestly,
actually have to spend 6 mana to play the 3 Ticketus and corrupt them in advance. I don't know, maybe,
I
but
was really close to
it's
beating
still.
Control Warlock with Priest in my second match. It came down
huh?
to we were both deep in fatigue. Because the Cthulhu is basically insurance against 1 Ticketus.
Yeah.
So you're only down like 5 cards, and then if Warlock's tapping, they usually draw 5 cards, so you're even in fatigue. And then it just comes down to how early Jiraxis comes down, I think.
Yeah.
Because it came down on like 10 that game. But I think that Priest has more game against Warlock for sure. It's not
Sure.
just one-sided.
I mean, it's still pretty bad, but I agree with you.
It's basically like one of the most polarized
Yeah,
spreads in
I think it's
the
like
game. But
70-30.
I mean, sure. I have faith that you can win with Priest against Warlock on occasion, but it
like
still
and
is a
also my
very
priest is
bad
my
situation
priest is
for
so
Priest.
greedy. If it's like regular control priest, like everyone is bring light shower elementals. If you don't want to play that against control warlock, you'll lose every time.
Yeah. I think the
Um,
5/5 can help a lot, though.
yeah, it's
Byron.
good. I felt like I couldn't afford to play it because of
Right.
like if they have there could be a world where they don't ban the priest because that's just too greedy. And
Yeah.
my lineup was kind of banning paladin.
Hey, the stream is caught up.
Heyo.
You
Wow.
are now officially no more spoilers. You can tell everyone in Discord and the like. You are, as far as our champion. Congratulations again. It was really fun to be a part of and cast. I hope you enjoyed it as well. It was a unique casting challenge, and
Yes.
I had a blast.
I don't know how you say everything in time. I have to
It's
go
so
back and
hard.
watch the stream.
Yeah, you should watch like some of the VOD because
It's so hard.
I'm trying so hard to keep up. Also, I heard that there's like a Discord like mess up thing, so it might sound like I'm lisping throughout the entire thing, which is extra
For a
hilarious.
good part of it, it did happen, yes.
That's
But
Hey, whatever.
unfortunate.
yeah, I do want to ask Heatshock as my final closing question. Any shout outs you want to give? Anyone you would like to thank? Anything you want to say? The floor is all yours.
I mean, shout out to Ufric, Valdez, and MMW for like we were all in the chat for prepping and then coming up with this, and it was a lot of fun to just prep for this with my teammates. So thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I want to take this moment to just thank everyone who played the tournament. Thank everyone who played live on stream. I did not make a list of all the players today, as I usually try to remember to do, but I want to thank all of you. I want to thank Mr. Python and Heatshock for playing the finals on stream and giving us such a great time. I want to thank Ducharmo for organizing this, and I want to give a very, very special thank you to Ron Mexico for joining me in this insane adventure. This was just crazy and hilarious.
Oh yeah, this is so much fun. Big congrats again, of course, to Heat Shock, and I do actually happen to have a list of players in front of me. So just in true Nozstone fashion, we will rapid fire thank everybody here. Thank you to all our participants: Roadrunner, MMW, Valdis, G-Kick, Vino Spumoni, Damon, Dr. Fish, Mr. Python, German Shep, Agent PWE, Neji Boston, Bulldozer HS, Itachi, Goose, Dabs, Mr. Wolf, Your Mom Cat, Face Kinch, aka Boolean, Basestink, Icer, and of course our champion, Heatshock.
Yep. Also, keeping with the trend of last player to sign up wins.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Heatshock last to join and takes it down.
Um, with that, I believe that is it for us tonight. You can watch Ron on Hearth Center tomorrow night. Who's going to be in the show? Do you know yet?
I actually, it's been a crazy day for me, so I'm still in process of lining up guests, and I want to have our Battlegrounds champions, the Lemurs, join us for tomorrow,
Ooh.
as is our typical tradition. But it's been such a crazy day, I haven't been able to reach out to them yet, so I am about to do that now and hope that they can join us off.
Nice.
We will be joined typically, as always, with Marty and Desharmo. We'll see if maybe Diamond can join us too. We might have some other guests that could potentially rotate in, but as of right now, still up in the air. But stay tuned, of course, for the announcement for Hearth Center for tomorrow.
Awesome. And with that, that is it for us. Thank you all, and we will see you all later.
Have a great night, everyone.